The Eagles come over tonight on the road. Teams on the field now, and Saul, we're getting ready to go down for the coin toss.
Yeah, and quite an interest by Calvary tonight. They come out with fireworks and green and gold smoke, and everything that a team could do to try to maybe intimidate the other team they're trying to do tonight. And
I got a feeling our guys are ready to play.
I think they're ready too. I'm ready.
Both teams, as Saul mentioned, here on the field, and we are getting ready for a good one tonight. The Eagles, again, on the far sideline from us here at Jerry Barker Stadium, and we're going to be going down in a moment to catch up with Coach Sonny Bedrine. Matter of fact, let's go down to him right now. Coach, you ready for this coin toss? You ready to get this thing going?
Yeah, man. There's a lot of excitement going down. Chest bumps and everything else. So it's just time to get this game played, guys. Ain't nothing else to say and talk about. We just got to play the game.
All right, Coach. Well, both teams are making their way out for the coin toss.
Your captain for tonight's game, number 8, Isaiah Brown. Number 45, Clifton Mosley. Number 12, Tyler Coburn. And number 2, Nathan Woodle.
Football. What goal would you like to defend? We'd like to defend the scoreboard.
We're going to kick off, guys. We're going to kick off. All right. Thanks a lot, Coach. Well, Saul, here's where we usually typically take our break, but tonight, all that's done. The prayer and the national anthem, a beautiful, beautiful national anthem rendered by a young lady here at Calvary, and a real good opening prayer. But you know what? When you get those out of the way early after the coin toss, it's time to get it on.
Yeah, that's right. Interesting that Calvary decided to take the football after winning the toss. I think if I had an offense like theirs too, I'd probably take the ball as well. So it's going to be a big opening possession for the Eagles to see if they can come out here and hold Calvary to start this ball game.
Well, the Cavaliers do win the toss, and they have elected to receive. They're going to send number 8. That's actually going to be Isaiah. Well, it looks like Isaiah Brown deep. And, Saul, I think last week the St. Frederick Warriors made a trip over here to Calvary, and Brown was able to take the opening kickoff back the distance against St. Frederick.
Yeah, he did. He had a big, I think he scored like 3 touchdowns the first 3 times he touched the football, if I'm not mistaken. At least it was very quick in the first quarter that he had already scored 3 touchdowns. So the Eagles have to be careful with him. But, like I said all year, we've had great coverage on our kickoff teams, and see if we can do the same starting tonight.
Handling the kicking chores for the Eagles. It looks like that's going to be Sam Harrell, number 1. Sam's done a nice job kicking the football for the Eagles so far tonight. Have a feeling he's going to try to keep this one away from Mr. Brown, and he's not. He's going to kick it right to Isaiah Brown, who feeds it cleanly at the 10-yard line. He's got a head of steam, and he's going to go for a touchdown. Kind of difficult to see the strategy in kicking to him right off the bat, Saul, but he takes it about 90 yards for a score in about 13 seconds.
Yep, they could have kicked it to him any better either, as he didn't have to move at all. Nobody was trying to keep it away from him. He kicked it right to him. And Eagle kickoff coverage, which has been so good all year, didn't lay a hand on him right there. And he took that one the distance, untouched for a touchdown. About as bad a start as you could have.
Yeah, so the Eagles are going to trail this contest 6-0. And on to handle the extra point for the Cavaliers is Jace Gill. And that's actually going to be number 8. Well, let's see. I can't tell. It's maybe number 11 to hold. It's going to be Jeremiah Brown, and kicks up and good. So the Eagles are going to trail in this contest 7-0 in 13 seconds. And like you said, Saul, I don't even think the ball bounced. Straight to him with the opening kickoff.
Yeah, and, I don't know. We were trying to send a message that, hey, we're not scared of you. We're going to kick to you anyway, or maybe it was a mistake. I know that happens sometimes as well. You tell a kicker to kick it to somebody else, and they kick it the wrong way. But you got to let that one go. You got to flush it and come out here and get the ball down on offense and see if you can take the ball down the field and answer.
Well, the Eagles are going to send Will Fitzhugh deep. Will Fitzhugh is quite capable of taking this thing to distance as well. Will's going to stand at about the 10-yard line, actually the 15, to receive this kick. Jerry Barker Stadium, the opening quarter, 11 minutes and 47 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The Eagles trail 7-0.
Both Fitzhugh and Eckstein. Eckstein is deep, or not quite deep, but he's in a position where they usually kick a sky kick. Both of those guys averaging about 30 yards a kickoff return this year for the Eagles. They've been good on kickoff returns.
Well, they have definitely set up for a directional kick. As the Cavaliers get ready to put this one in play, it's going to be a sky kick, and looks like it's going to be fielded cleanly by Will at about the 15-yard line. He's across the 20, he's across the 30, and he's going to be upended at the 35-yard line, where the Eagles will take over first down and 10.
Yeah, nice return by Will that time, and Calvary does exactly what they showed on film, and that they sky kick it to that same spot on the right side of the field. At about the 20-yard line, Will makes a good catch and gets up the field for a good return.
Gain of 21 yards on the return. First down and 10 for the Eagles. Opening drive, opening possession for the Eagles. Junior quarterback Hunter Herring is going to stand in the shotgun. Two receivers to his right, two to his left. Will Fitzhugh is going to join him in the backfield. Herring calls for the ball. Actually going to send Fitzhugh in motion, and he's going to give this one to Will on the speed sweep. Will's going to plant his outside leg, and a nice tough run that time by Fitzhugh. Saw a gain of 4 yards and a nice cut that time. The Cavaliers do a good job of stretching out the sweep. Will plants that outside leg and gets what the defense would give him, gain of 4 yards.
And actually something we hadn't seen Will do this year, and that's run the speed sweep. And he did a good job of cutting upfield. That's a good gain on first down for 4 yard. Brings up 2nd and 6.
Herring, a good snap, going to fake this one to Fitzhugh. He's going to run the option, and it's going to be tough sledding inside. Maybe a gain of 1 actually 2 as we run the option. A different look for the Eagles, Saul, as they run the option to Dugan. And flat out the Cavaliers played it well. They made Herring pitch the football and had somebody there to pick up the pitch man.
Yeah, I thought Hunter probably could have taken that ball inside a little bit more and put a little bit more pressure on them on the option. Probably could have turned it up and gotten a little bit more yardage, but good job by Dugan to pick up what he did, as I thought it was going to be a loss.
Big third down play here for the Eagles, and we're going to have motion. Officials didn't see it, but I think it may have messed up a little bit of the way things looked. Herring's going to keep this one inside, picks up 1 yard. It's going to be 4th down for the Eagles. 4th down and about 3 yards. It looks like Coach Fitzhugh's elected to punt the football.
Yeah, really surprised they didn't call it on Dugan. He was right behind Hunter Herring and just sort of jumped forward and could have easily been a legal motion that time, but they didn't call it, and the Eagles don't pick it up.
4th down. 4th down and 2 for the Eagles. Eagles with some last-second substitutions here on the punt team. As Graves is going to stand at the 30-yard line.
He did right. He was going to the safety, and he just
nice punt. Going to travel spiral punt. Going to be fielded cleanly at about the 30-yard line. The Cavaliers are going to have some running room. The Eagles special teams are going to finally hem him up, but a nice return on the play for Calvary, and that's going to be a nice gain on the return, as it looks like Calvary will set up in Eagle territory at the Eagle 49-yard line.
Yeah, just not very sharp at all tonight so far, David. On that one, on the punt return, on the punt, I mean, we had 2 guys that weren't even on the field for the punt, and then one of them comes in late, and then another one comes in, doesn't even get to the formation, has to just stand right by the sideline, and it wasn't a bad punt, just, Eagles not set up to cover it right, and just not very sharp so far in this game.
Punt covered 32 yards, return covered 22. The Cavaliers look to throw this football. He faked out the entire Eagle defense. There's not anybody on the far side of the field. The Cavaliers at the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown Calvary, no flags. Completely fooled our defense that time, as the Cavaliers almost untouched. Saw maybe an Eagle hand able to get a hand on him, but The touchdown covers 49 yards.
Yeah, one thing we didn't talk about, Dave, in the pregame was how much they run the screen. And that time, they used Isaiah Brown as a decoy. He went to the right. Looked like they were going to throw the ball to him on a screen to the right. And they actually had brought in the big nose guard, Clifton Mosley, as a lead blocker. He went to the right as well. And they screened to the other side to the wide receiver, and there was nobody out there to stop that screen.
Extra point attempt is blocked by the Eagles. A great job that time. It looked like that's Eli Eckstein, Saul, that was able to get back there. He's able to get it. He may have taken that one in the stomach, but a great effort that time out of the senior corner and receiver as Eckstein lays out for it, and the extra point attempt is going to be no good. It's going to be 13-0 in favor of the Cavaliers over Ouachita Christian. We're going to go down to the sideline, catch up with Coach Sonny Vadrine, and Coach, boy, they let the dog out early on this one.
Yeah, that's not the beginning that you wanted to have in the beginning of this game, and kicking it to number 8 proved to be a little bit more than what we were ready for. We did not fill the middle lanes at all, and then we just got completely fooled on the screen pass on the first play they ran. So we got to come out with a little bit more aggression and quit, just lay our ears back and come after them, guys. We can't just sit back and wait for things to happen. We got to make something happen now.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Coach Sonny Vadrine with the Marion State Bank sideline report. Saul, we touched on it earlier. You're going to have to play just about a perfect football game to come into Barker Stadium and beat Calvary here in the quarterfinals. And boy, we've dug a hole here early, trailing 13-0 with 9:25 to play in the first quarter.
You had a chance to talk to Coach Fitzhugh a couple of days ago, and he said the one thing that he thought they had to do to win this ball game was not give up big plays, and that's exactly what they've done. 2 big plays and 2 touchdowns for Calvary. I mean, not even making them work for it.
Yeah, the Cavaliers tee it up at the 40-yard line. Again, going to be a sky kick, but this one's going to be real short. Going to be fielded cleanly by Eckstein, but he's going to be hemmed up and dropped immediately at the 30-yard line. So the gain of 3 on the return, and the Eagles will set up shop for their second drive of the night. Last drive ended in a punt. 3 plays and out for the Eagles, as Eckstein picks up 3 on the return. First down and 10 for Ouachita Christian at their own 30-yard line.
And the Eagles got to do something right here, David. Even if they don't score, they just got to keep the, get a little momentum driving the football down the field.
First down and 10. Eagles are going to send 3 receivers out wide at the last minute. Herring in the shotgun. Sends Fitzhugh in motion across the formation. Fakes it to him. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to lose a yard. We tried to run the sweep, or tried to run a quarterback keeper behind the sweep that time, so almost looked like maybe with the speed action, we didn't fool anybody.
Yeah, it was just a zone read that time. He puts the ball in Fitzhugh's belly and reads it, and didn't read it right that time, as he probably should have given that football because there was nowhere to run inside.
Loss of 1, second down and 11. The Eagles again going to jump out into a trip formation. Herring in the shotgun, an empty backfield. Good snap, looks to throw quick and does. That's going to be behind the line. It's going to be caught that time by number 3, Tristan Wiley, but Wiley's going to lose 4 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up now 3rd down and 15 for the Eagles.
Yeah, the interesting Eagles come out here tonight and run a bunch of plays that I've never even seen us run before tonight. That time it was just a screen to the outside, and we may have had something, but it was a bad throw by Herring as he threw the ball behind Wiley. When you throw that ball, you got to get in front of him so he can catch it running, and Wiley had to turn around backwards to catch it and had no momentum to get up the field, and as a result, ends up in a loss.
3rd down, 14 for the Eagles. Herring's going to send 3 receivers wide to the right. In the shotgun. Sends a man in motion, and now we're going to have a penalty. It's going to be an illegal procedure call against the Eagles. May have looked like while Will was in motion, somebody else had moved. So they're going to clip us for 5 more. So I'm going to bring up now 3rd down and 20, or 3rd and 19, actually.
Yeah, just still waiting for it. I haven't seen the call yet, but nothing positive so far tonight that you can even hang your head on.
I did see the official. He did signal illegal procedure against the Eagles, and they are going to be penalized 5 yards on the play. So now we're going to be looking at 3rd and 19 as they spot this football at the 21. But we got a stoppage of play, and the official is talking with the head coach from Calvary. Not sure what's going on down there, but let's go down to Coach Vadrine. Coach, what you got going on down there, you think?
I'm not sure what that stoppage of play was. He's come over here to explain to Coach Fitzhugh. Now he just talked to the coach over at Calvary. I'm not sure what it was. unless they had two men in motion at the same time. I'm not sure what the deal is on this.
All right. Thanks a lot, Coach.
You know, one thing that's interesting, David, is the way they're playing us in defense. They're probably not going to do the same thing right now since it's such a long yard situation, but on those other downs, they've gone straight man-to-man coverage with no free safety and been stacking everybody inside the box to stop the run. And if that's a situation, you've got to be able to hit some big plays against man-to-man coverage.
Herring in the shotgun. 3 receivers split wide to the right. Empty backfield. Sends Fitzhugh in motion across the formation. A good snap from center. Hunter looks to throw. Now he's going to pull it down. Now he puts some air under it, and that one's going to be caught. Picked up the first down. Great throw that time from Herring, as it looks like he found number 9, or actually, is it 9 or 5, Saul?
I think it was 9,
Cade Woods. So Cade Woods comes up with a gain of 27 yards on the play.
Yeah, great job of protection by the offensive line, as there was nobody in the backfield. So Herring's back there by himself, and he has to wait a long, long time to see if he can find a receiver. And finally, he throws one down the field, and Cade Woods picks it up.
Herring again in the shotgun. First down and 10 for the Eagles. Herring looks to throw. Quick fake. Throws it back across. Going to be incomplete. Looked like they were setting up a screen play on the far side of the field. The Cavaliers sniffed it out and looked like he was trying to find Will out there, but it's going to be incomplete. Bring up second down and 10.
Yeah, that was actually Dylan Dugan. He threw that football to. He was trying to throw a screen pass, and I couldn't tell if Dugan had it in his hands or not. It looked like it was one that he probably should have caught, but Calvary sniffed it out pretty well. They came flying to the field and passed our blockers, so I'm not sure Dugan would have picked up much had he caught it anyway.
3 receivers part of the set. Second and 10, ball at the Eagle 48-yard line. Herring with a good snap from center and time's going to throw this football. It's going to be incomplete. Great coverage that time by the Cavaliers as he was waiting on the ball with Will Fitzhugh stride for stride. Now you're going to be looking at 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Hunter's just got to calm down a little bit, David. I mean, that was not a good read right there either, as he tries to go to Fitzhugh on a drag route, and he was covered. In fact, it's lucky he did have it intercepted. Just got to come off, take your time, and come off and read it to the second level, which I believe was going to be Eckstein behind him. And Hunter just looks like he's a little bit just not making good decisions right now.
3rd down and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at their own 48. Got some time, got a man wide open, and he overthrew it. Missed Eckstein by a few yards, and now you're going to be looking at 4th down at your own 48.
Well, that was a touchdown right there, David. He had him right. Just got to set your feet and make the throw. And Herring's just not. He's just a little bit fidgety back there. I think he's concerned a little bit about some pressure, and just got to stand in there and make the throw. And that was an easy touchdown for Eli Eckstein.
So it must have been a blown coverage that time by Calvary, as there was nobody within maybe 4 or 5 yards of Eli. But the Eagles are going to have to punt this football. Graves does a great job of getting rid of the ball quick, and this time they don't send anybody deep, and they're going to pin the Cavaliers inside at their own 5-yard line. Great job that time by Graves. And Saul, you mentioned it earlier. One of the most impressive things for me about Landon, the way he punts the ball, is, man, he gets it, it's gone.
That's right. He gets it off very quick. He doesn't take but one step, and that ball's out of there. And he's a good athlete, so he's able to go and get any kind of errant snaps. He's able to pick them up and get them off well, which is something we just hadn't had in the past. But a great punt by Landon Graves. Now we got to do some on defense and hold him down here on this end of the field.
A punt covers 46 yards, no return. Goes out of bounds at the Calvary 5-yard line. First down and 10 for the Crusaders. Handling the quarterback duties for the Cavaliers, number 3, Cade Hart. And Hart is going to turn. He's going to hand this one inside to Brown, and they're going to stack him up. Going to be no gain on the play. Donnie said he made it back to the line of scrimmage, but a great job that time out of that Eagle defense. Saw us a ton of white jerseys fighting for a chance to get their hands on Brown.
Yeah, that's exactly what we need to see right there. Is not only did one guy get him, but about 6 of them got him, and that's the way you bring him down. I think Cade Woods hit him first, and he doesn't have to bring him down, but he just stands him up and hangs on and waits for somebody else to get there, which is what happened.
Hart's going to operate out of the shotgun. Good snap from center. Again, goes with Brown. Brown goes up the middle, takes an Eagle with him, but minimal gain on the play is Isaiah Brown, a load, probably pushing somewhere in the neighborhood of 240 pounds. Gain of 8 yards. It's going to bring up the first 3rd down of the night for the Cavaliers. 3rd down and 2.
Well, that was Aiden Ham who came up in this free safety spot, and I tell you what, he took a shot that time from Brown, but he came in there and he got back up, so that's what you got to do. Big 3rd down right here.
Hart in the shotgun. Now he'll look to the sideline to check a call from the sideline. Hart again in the shotgun. Now they're going to shift over, go to a short yardage formation. Now they split out. Eagles not fooled by any of it, as now Brown's going to line up in a wildcat formation. They snap it directly to him. He is going to be short.
Yeah, definitely.
No gain on the play as the Eagle defense stiffens. And now you're going to be looking at 4th down and 1, and it looks like the Cavaliers are going to punt the football from deep inside. Saul, you wanted to stop at this end of the field, and that's exactly what this Eagle defense delivered.
Yeah, and Grant Mishaw's the one that came up and gave him the lick right there, and he stood him up, and he could not push Grant Mishaw backwards. And they ran a wildcat that time, and he had a full head of steam, and Mishaw comes up there and makes the play. Great job by the Eagle defense in a time where it was critical for them to do something.
Big opportunity here as the Cavaliers are going to have to punt the football from their own end zone.
Man, that almost went over his head.
And it's going to be a low line drive kick, and Will's going to let it go as it's going to stop at midfield, where the Eagles, not quite as short a field as you wanted to see, but really not a ball you could really return, Saul, as their punter kind of delivers maybe a rugby-style kick. It's going to travel 37 yards, no return, but the Eagles now with an opportunity 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line to start this drive. 4 minutes, 54 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Eagles trail Calvary 13-0.
Yeah, and find the Eagles a little bit of momentum right there, David, is they had to come up with a big stop. They got a great special teams play with the punt inside the 5-yard line by Landon Graves. They hold them, and now they got excellent field position with a chance to maybe do something.
Hunter Herring in the shotgun. Takes a snap, going to get hit at the line of scrimmage, no gain. Maybe lost a yard. Actually, no gain. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
You know, David, I talked at the beginning that we got to be able to run the football, but right now I don't think it's possible to run the football with as many people as they're stacking inside. We got to be able to throw the football now. They're begging us to do it as they're playing, tight man coverage, and just got to be able to throw it.
2nd down and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at their own 49-yard line. Herring in the shotgun with 3 receivers. Herring gets a good snap, pulls it down, throws this one out in the flat to Will Fitzhugh. Will's going to be dropped as soon as he caught it. Gain of 2 yards, 3rd down and 8.
And that time they actually dropped back and played a little coverage then. It might would have been the time to run the football, but that time again, I think our quarterback Hunter probably should have come off Will that time and thrown the curl behind him as they jumped on that flat quickly, and Will had no chance once he caught the football. And again, just has to be patient and just, I know it's Calvary and it's a big ball game, but you just got to do what you've done all year long and make your reads and throw it to the person that's open.
3rd down and 8, an empty backfield. Herring looks to throw, feels some pressure. Now he puts this one in the air. It's intercepted. Going to be picked off that time by the Cavaliers by number 11, Jeremiah Brown. And now the Cavaliers have it 1st down and 10 at their 49-yard line. 3 minutes, 29 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Eagles trail 13-0. Tonight's first quarter brought to you by the folks at American National Darren Dugan Agency. For your home, auto, life, and business insurance needs, be sure to call Darren Dugan today. 318-807-2100. That's 318-807-2100. 1st down and 10 for Calvary at their own 48-yard line. Quarterback Cade Hart is going to take this one. Now they're going to run the reverse. They're going to run a little triple reverse. Now they're going to put some air into this one, and it looked like Brown. That was Brown definitely saw a big guy, definitely built for speed. Built for running the ball inside, but a receiver probably want to get somebody else to run the wheel route on that one.
Well, I think what they were counting on is him not being covered that time. It was a great job by Landon Graves of staying home, not chasing the reverse, and covering him. And he was well covered that time, and really quarterback Cade Hart had nowhere to go with the football. So good job that time by the Eagle defense. After a quick transition turnover, Calvary tried to hit a big play, and the Eagles stand up there and don't let it.
Hart's going to go inside. This is actually going to be number 6 that time for the Cavaliers. That's actually Joseph Wilson, and Wilson's going to take this one inside Eagle territory, gain of 12 yards. That's enough for a 1st down for Calvary.
Yeah, that was just a straight lead play that time. Nothing fancy about it, but just good blocking by the Cavaliers up front as they blew this Eagle defense of line off the ball that time and opened up a big hole, and really nobody had a chance to hit him until the end.
He didn't know who to block.
Hart brings the Cavaliers to the line. We got a stoppage of play. Actually, now we've got a penalty marker on the field. No indication on who this is going to go against. Let's go down to the sideline and check in with Coach Sonny Vadrine with the Marion State Bank sideline report. Coach, the mystery flag on the field.
I know. He threw it in the defensive backfield, so I'm not sure what it was. I mean, I'm really not. He's counting players, but, I mean, you got to give him time to get on and off the field. So I'm not sure. He's calling on us.
So it's going to be an illegal participation call against the Eagles. That's the only indication, I guess, that we need is they're going to penalize Ouachita Christian 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, I don't know how that went. The only substitution we had was the nose guard, Jacob Ogden, came on the field, and Pender ran off the field. Now, Pender didn't know he was supposed to come off until Ogden came on, but the ball wasn't being snapped yet. And I mean, I don't know. That's a 15-yard penalty.
How could that be a 15-yard penalty for an illegal substitution? Well, I didn't know that was a 15-yard penalty. That's exactly what it is. So now the Cavaliers are going to have the ball at the Eagle 25-yard line for an illegal substitution call. So Hart is going to operate out of the shotgun. Good snap from center. Gives this one to Brown. Brown with a little bit of running room. Now he's going to get into the second level. And he's going to break a couple of tackles in the process. Donnie's going to give him a gain of about 13 yards, so it's going to be first down and goal for Calvary as they spot this football at the Eagle 8-yard line.
Brown's a load, David. I'm telling you, and it's tough for people to stand in there and try to tackle him. And looks like a couple of Eagles that time didn't come in there quite as hard as they'd had before, and he gets down, close to almost inside the 10-yard line.
It's actually going to be at the 12, so they have a chance. Great penetration that time by the Eagles front four as they get down there, get into Brown's legs. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and Donnie's going to give him a yard. But that's going to put them, first and 10 at the 11, so they could pick up a first down at the 1. But they'll spot this football at the 11-yard line. 2 minutes and 12 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. The Cavaliers lead Ouachita Christian 13-0. Took the opening kickoff in for a touchdown and then about a 50-yard screen pass that went for 6. Snap from center. Hart with time to throw. He's going to set his feet, steps into this one. It's going to be incomplete. Nice job of coverage that time by the Eagles. And Hart trying to throw the slant, so just maybe a little too much on it, but good coverage as well.
Yeah, real good coverage by Eli Eckstein that time as he was draped all over the receiver. The Eagles were ready for that play that time. They were looking for pass, and now a big situation here, 3rd and long, right at the 10-yard line. Eagles need to come up big right now and make a stop.
It's going to be 3rd down and 9.
25.
Brown picked up a yard on first down.
That's the guy that flushes us out.
Hart brings the Cavaliers to the line. He operates out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Hart's looking to throw. He's got time. Now he throws this one out in the flat, and it looks like it was complete, and it is. They're going to rule it a touchdown. So Calvary's going to add to their lead, 19-0 over the Eagles. A minute and 43 left to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, just a perfect throw that time, David. That was a back shoulder as they were picking on Landon Graves that time as he had nice coverage, but the quarterback just threw the ball at the front pylon, and the receiver knows where it's going to be, and he just stops right in the middle of his run and comes back to where the ball is, and that's hard to defend right there. Landon Graves just hadn't played enough football to really know how to cover that ball, and it was really a great job by the Calvary's quarterback of throwing that touchdown pass.
Well, the other thing too, Saul, is I noticed on that play and the throw before, a lot of time. You give a guy like that time and room, as you mentioned. I mean, he had to have room to really set his feet and step into that throw to make as accurate a throw as he did, and that time with plenty of time. As the Cavaliers add to their lead now, 19-0 here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and I tell you, it's just been a horrific first quarter for the Eagles. Really, about the only positive thing you could say was about the defensive stand we had when we got them inside the 5-yard line. But turnover, interception, and actually we didn't talk about the interception much, but 2 of the Eagles ran against each other. Looked like they were running a post and a corner, post by the outside man, a corner by Fitzhugh, and Fitzhugh and Eckstein just ran into each other. And as a result, the ball was intercepted, and Calvary capitalizes and able to turn it into points. And this is a big lead against a team who's very, very good. It's going to be tough for the Eagles to get back into this ball game.
Well, the Cavaliers will tee it up. at the 40-yard line. Fitzhugh and Eckstein deep for the Eagles. They both stand at the 20-yard line. The officials have signaled it ready for play, and now they get their leg into it. This one looks like it'll be fielded cleanly by Will at about the 15. He's across the 20, the 25, the 30, still moving his feet as Will will take this one out to the 35-yard line. A nice gain on the return, and the Eagles with another opportunity here. First down and 10 at their own 35-yard line. A gain of 20 yards on the return. Minute 34 left to play here in the first quarter. Eagles trail 20-0.
And I hate to say, label a drive as critical, but I think this is a critical offensive drive right here. We got to get some points on the board in order to get back in this football game.
Hunter Herring going to lead the Eagles out. He's in the shotgun. Two running backs beside him in the gun. Going to turn and hand this one inside to that's actually Dugan, and Dugan with a nice run that time, Saul, as he squares his shoulders north and south, does a great job of moving the football, a gain of 7 yards on first down.
Yeah, great job by that time by the Eagle offensive line, opening a hole up for Dugan, and Dugan ran the football hard right there. They had Fitzhugh and Dugan in the backfield, Fitzhugh to the right of Hunter Herring and Dugan to the left, and they handed it to Dugan, and again, makes a nice run.
Herring in the shotgun. Again, two running backs with him in the gun. Again, they hand this one to Dugan. Dugan with a nice slash and run inside. Second effort out of Dugan, and a nice run that time by number 25. Dylan Dugan picks up 12 yards, and that's more than enough for a community pharmacy first down. Ball now in the Cavalier territory at their 45.
Yeah, same exact play that time, David, and be interested to see if Cavalier doesn't bring it, if the Calvary doesn't bring another man down in the box to see if they can stop it. That's two successful runs by the Eagles.
First down and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at the Cavalier 45. Good snap. This time they go on the ground, and that is going to be Will Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh gets back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It's going to bring up second down and 10.
Yeah, that time they ran that ball to the offense's right side of the formation, and that was right at and right into the teeth of that tackle that I talked about, nose tackle, Clifton Mosley, who's actually playing a four-man front, or looked to be on that play, and he was actually shaded to one side, and that's the side they ran it to, and he's tough to move. He's such a big guy in there, and Fitzhugh not able to do much with that one.
Second down and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at the Cavalier 45. 3 seconds left to go here. 2 seconds. 1 second. They're not going to get the snap off, and that's going to be an end to the first quarter of play. Unable to get that one off. So here at the end of the first quarter, the Eagles trail Calvary 20-0. We'll take a quick break from here at Barker Stadium. You're listening to Ouachita Christian Eagle football on 92.3 The Wolf. We'll do a 30. That's what that kickoff was. If you worked for me and I told you not to, be making coffee. Welcome back to Barker Stadium, Shreveport, Louisiana. Calvary High School, the Ouachita Christian Eagles trailing Calvary 20-0. Second down and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at the Calvary 45. Herring's going to fake this one inside. He's going to fight forward for yardage. Pretty nice gain of 3 yards on the play for the Eagles on second down, but Saul is still going to set up third down and long. 3rd and 7 for the Eagles at the Cavalier 42-yard line.
Yeah, I really think, David, the way this ball game's going, I know it's just early in the second quarter. I think this is 4-down territory. If the Eagles don't get it here, I think unless you lose yards on this play, I believe you're going to see them go for it on 4th down.
Second down, or third down, I should say, and 7. Ball at the Cavalier 42. Herring, good snap from center. Feels some pressure. Puts some air into this one, and it's going to be incomplete. But now we're going to have pass interference. It did look like the defensive back may have gotten his hands on the back of Landon Graves that time, Saul. And
yeah, Eagles very fortunate right there. I don't think that ball was catchable, but he did push Landon Graves in the back. His Herring just had to throw it up for grabs as he was getting a lot of heat. And a good decision by him to get rid of the football. And it's going to turn out to be a big play in this ball game for the Eagles as they're going to get a first down out of this one.
It is going to be pass interference against the Cavaliers. They'll penalize them 10 yards on the play. So it's going to be first down now and 15 yards actually on the play. So now you're going to be looking at first down and 10 at the Cavalier 27-yard line. Herring with 2 running backs with him in the gun. Fitzhugh and Dugan. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Good snap from center. They keep this one on the ground again with Dugan, and tough running that time as the Cavalier defense blows it up, Saul, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Yeah, that time they stacked the box and they ran the same play that we'd had success on before, and just to the left side, right between the guard and tackle gap, and there's just too much penetration, nowhere for Dugan to go.
Gain of, well, actually, Donnie says he did pick up a yard, and he did. Second down and 9. 10 minutes and 52 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. The Eagles trail Calvary 20-0. Good snap, and Herring looks to throw. He's going to put some air under this one. He's got a man down there. That's Wiley, but again, just too much air under that one, so it's going to be overthrown, and now you're going to be looking again at third down and 9.
Yeah, it's a little bit too far, and you know, just got to give him a chance to make a play right there. It's, although it looked like Wiley maybe slowed down just a little bit, but you know, had a play perhaps, but again, these are good cornerbacks they're going against. As we mentioned, one committed to Ole Miss and one committed to Kansas, so they're definitely as good a cornerbacks as they've seen all year. But you know, Wiley had a chance right there. Just got to give him a throw that he can go up and get.
Herring in the shotgun, third down and 9. Ball at the Cavalier 27-yard line. Sends Fitzhugh in motion across the formation. Throws this one to Will. Now Will looks to throw. He's got a man downfield. It's going to be incomplete. Went in and out of the hands of the receiver. Great throw that time by Fitzhugh, and I'm not sure who that was on the far side, Saul, but
Landon Graves.
It's going to be Landon Graves. That's going to be incomplete. Bring up fourth down. The Eagles caught the corner that time and put it right where it needed to go, but unfortunately unable to come up with it. And that's going to bring up fourth down and 9.
Yeah, it wasn't as easy as you'd hope a trick play would be, as the cornerback for Calvary did a great job of playing Landon Graves, but you mentioned it was a perfect throw to Fitzhugh as he went out in the flats. It was a backwards pass from Hunter Herring, and Fitzhugh with a perfect throw, and Landon Graves just has to make that catch. You know, these are the kind of games where you got to make big plays, and weren't able to do it that time.
4 down territory, 4th and 9. Now Herring's going to feel some pressure, pulls it down. Now he's going to look to throw, won't, slips out, makes one man miss. Now he's still on his feet inside, right around the 10-yard line. Herring with a first down for the Eagles.
He fumbled the football, David, but I think
we did
got
recover as he was carrying the ball with one hand, pretty loose on a slick night like tonight. Of course, Hunter has big hands, able to wrap it up most times, but it's going to be a gain of 13 on the play. It's going to be more than enough for a community pharmacy first down, and that will put the Eagles for the first time tonight inside the Randall's Fine Meat red zone as they'll spot this football at the 13-yard line, first down and 10.
Yeah, good job by Hunter Herring that time. You know, just to play the ball game to this point of the night, he's not able to find anybody open. He runs for the first down, and he did fumble it, but thankfully James David Miller was right there to jump on the football and save the Eagles a possession and inside the 15-yard line.
Herring in the shotgun, sends a man in motion across the formation. Good snap from center. Now we're going to have whistles, and now it looks like they're going to get the Eagles for maybe a legal motion again. Every time we go in motion, it seems like they do.
Saying delay a game, which I don't know if they didn't reset the clock, because there's no way that was 40 seconds.
How could that possibly be a delay of game? That seems odd. It seems really, really, really odd.
Well,
let's go down to the sideline and catch up with Coach Sonny Vadrine. Coach, is that possible? All right. We're unable to catch up with Coach Sonny Vadrine with the Marion State Bank sideline report, but the Eagles do get penalized 5 yards, and now we got an official over on the sideline talking with Coach Fitzhugh. And now we do have a stoppage of play. Let's try to see if we can catch up with Coach Sonny Vadrine. Coach, what's going on down there?
Well, there's a delay of game, and Coach Fitzhugh's arguing that the 40-second clock was not set right.
I agree.
Right, and that's what he's talking about, because there's no way it could have been a 40 seconds. When you get under center and call one play, it's not no way it's 40 seconds. But, you know,
we don't even
the guy in the box is calling it, so ain't nothing you can do about it. This is where it's going to be. You know, a while ago, y'all was asking about the penalty on the 12 men on the field. what happened on that play, there was 12 men on the field on the play. The play was over with, and then the official threw the penalty.
Well, that's an impossible scenario for the clock to not be, it's not have been reset.
Well, I mean, I understand that, but that's what they're trying to do, so I don't know what's going to happen on it.
Maybe he's going to change his call.
All right, well, let's see. The officials still congregate. Thanks a lot, Coach. Coach Sonny Vadrini with the Marion State Bank sideline report. That's a huge penalty right there. If you mark off 5 yards in this area of the goal line, and there's no way that it was possible for the play clock to expire.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even huddle. And it wasn't like they came to the line and looked for a play or like that. They went straight back to the line and got up to run the play.
Well, we have had a stoppage of about 3 minutes. As now they're coming over to explain, I guess, the scenario to the coach here at Calvary. Meanwhile, the Eagles have the football. Well, it depends. Could be 1st and 15 or 1st and 10, wherever they spot this football.
Well, I tell you what, we got to have some big plays right here. And, Will Fitchie, they've kind of shut him down so far in this ball game. We got to find a way to get him in an open space and let him make something happen.
Here in the second quarter, I'd like to thank the folks at D&H Sporting Goods, sponsor of the second quarter. Visit the D&H Sporting Goods location in Sterlington for all your Ouachita Christian Eagle gear. The ball has not been moved since they marked off 5 yards. The officials from tonight's contest from the Lafayette District. So now we are going to wave off the flag.
So we were right, David.
So we were correct. So now, meanwhile, back at tonight's game, 1st down and 10 for the Eagles at the Cavalier 13-yard line. 9 minutes and 41 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. The Eagles trail Calvary 20-0. Junior quarterback Hunter Herring stands in the shotgun. He's got an eye backfield beside him in the gun. One receiver split wide to the left. Now he comes in motion. They're going to fake it. They go with Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh's down to the 10. The 5, touchdown! Ouachita Christian. Will Fitzhugh is going to take it in from 13 yards out, and they open a nice hole on the outside, and a great run that time by the senior running back, Will Fitzhugh.
Yeah, as I was saying, we got to find a way to get Will Fitzhugh in the open field, and that's how they did it by formation. They sent Eckstein in motion, and as a result, the defense went with him, and it left the far side of the field wide open. They gave it to Fitzhugh on a handoff on a sweep around the left side of the OCS's offensive formation. Great blocking on that side to seal the edge, and Fitzhugh goes in untouched.
We get a high snap from center. We get a low kick, and I don't know if we got it through, but we did. Boy, I tell you, almost a rainbow on that snap that time, Saul. As if the Cavaliers were coming, they could have maybe done something with it, but they weren't. So now the Eagles are going to cut into this lead, 20-7. Not insurmountable, but you got to get a stop on defense.
Yeah, and I tell you what I wouldn't do is kick the ball on this kickoff to Isaiah Brown. I'd go like we used to do, just squib it, but do not kick it to him on this kickoff.
No, come on, challenge our kickoff team. So I'll go right back to him. So Brown is going to go deep. Actually, it looks like they may be trying to kind of disguise it a little bit, Saul, as they have him standing at about the 20-yard line with somebody directly behind him to maybe, shield him or try to set up who. But I can tell you this, if you're the way that we kick the football, there's definitely an opportunity is now Christopher Holyfield will come on to handle the kicking chores. Christopher really set up more for the low line drive kick and does a good job directionally. Now they split Brown to the far side of the field. And I can imagine where Christopher will line up to kick this one, and he will.
Yeah, probably hoping that Christopher will kick this thing deep into the end zone like he's been able to do over the heads of the defenders. So we'll see what happens. He's been out with a foot injury, David, so we'll see how good he's going to be here.
He's going to kick an onside kick. The Eagles maybe have a chance for this ball. And they do. They do. They come up with an onside kick, and the Eagles are going to have it. 1st down and 10. As they mark this football at the Calvary 47-yard line.
Yeah, and Calvary was not ready for that, David. I'm really surprised that they weren't because of what had happened before. But I guess they just thought we were going to try to keep it away from him, maybe squib it on the ground. And that time, Holyfield was a perfect onside kick. And there was no challenge. There was no defender for Calvary there as they were going back to block and set up a return. And just a great execution by the Eagles special teams.
Great job that time with the onside kick. 1st down and 10 for the Eagles already in Cavalier territory. Ball at the 47-yard line. An eye backfield beside Herring. They turn. They give this one to Will Fitzhugh. Tough run inside. Will Fitzhugh with second and third effort. One of the toughest runs I've seen so far tonight. Saw a gain of 4 yards. But, man, hit at the line of scrimmage. Just basically looked like he wheeled himself for 4 yards.
You're just running tough. David carried a couple of people with him, and so that's what you got to do against this team, though. Like I said, you got to be able to run the football some, and the Eagles have managed to find some running room these last couple of drives. Just a great job by the offensive line and a great job by Drew Vadrini on calling these plays.
Herring in the shotgun, 2 running backs, and now we're going to have procedure. And saw it looked like just Herring called for the ball, and the snap was late as you had linemen moving, running backs moving, but the snap unable to get back there. So now you're going to have a penalty. You had 4 yards on first down. Now you're going to be looking at 2nd down and 11 following the penalty. Big plays here, big penalties on these drives. 2nd down and 11. Ball now at the Cavalier 47-yard line, 48 actually. Herring in the shotgun, 2 running backs with him in the gun. They give this one to Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh slips across. Well, he's going to pick up some yardage, tough sledding, but a gain of 3 yards on the play saw. And this could be so far, man, huge 3rd down here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, I think you're looking at, again, probably 4-down territory, although, we were effective punting the football in this area of the field earlier in the ball game, pinning Calvary deep. But let's see if we can pick this 1st down up on this 3rd down play. That was a zone read that time, and not sure if that was the right read by Herring, but a good job by Fitzhugh to get away from the defenders. There was a man draped all over him whenever he took that football.
Hadn't thrown the football in a long time now. The Eagles seem to be pretty happy with the way they're moving it on the ground.
Oh, gosh.
They're going to look to throw. Herring immediately pressured. Now he's going to be sacked. He had a man open that time, saw what it looked like, but it's going to be a loss of 2 yards. So now you're going to have 4th down and 10 for the Eagles. Herring with a little pressure, just unable to throw the ball to anybody that time, as he's going to lose 2 yards. Going to be 4th down and 10.
Yeah, Calvary came with a blitz that time. David had man-to-man coverage. He was trying to go to Fitzhugh, and he made the blitz and linebacker miss and had a chance to throw it. And, in that situation, 3rd and long, throw the ball down the field and let Fitzhugh try to make a play, and for some reason he just elected to hold on to it.
The Eagles are going to have to punt now. As you mentioned, so they lose yardage. So Graves hangs this one in the air. The Cavaliers are going to take it around the 10-yard line, and they're going to lose. Tell you what, this return man for the Cavaliers, Slippery, is he going to pick up a nice gain on the play, but the Eagles special teams do their job, minimize it, and they'll pin the Cavaliers just inside the 25-yard line. Looks like 1st down and 10 for Calvary at their own 23. 34 yards on the punt, 11 yards on the return.
Yeah, back to that offensive play, Fitzhugh man-to-man against anybody on the outside. I say just give him a chance, and at the worst-case scenario, if he intercepts the football, it's as good as a punt. And not sure why he decided not to do that, because you don't have any other options when they're blitzing you and you've got guys that are running man-to-man routes on the outside. You just got to pick a man and throw it because you don't have time to hold on to it.
1st down and 10 for the Cavaliers. They go with Brown, and the Eagles do a great job of stringing out Isaiah Brown. Several men back there saw with penetration. Again, it's one of those things. If he can't get going, the Eagles can drape on him and bring him down. A gain of 2 yards on that one. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Cavaliers as they put this football at the Calvary 25-yard line. 6:55 left to play here in the 2nd quarter. Eagles trail Calvary 20-7. Brown, the lone back in the backfield with Hart. Hart gets a good snap from center. He looks to throw. He's going to put some air into this one, and that one's going to be caught. It's going to go over the head of Eli Eckstein, and the Cavaliers are going to score. That's actually number 12, Kyler Calhoun, and that touchdown pass is going to cover 75 yards, and he goes in untouched.
And that one, he just beat Eckstein on the outside. That was a go route, and looked like Eli just lost him as the ball was thrown in the air. I think he had pretty good coverage at first, and as the ball was thrown and Eli turned to look for it, he kind of lost his man, and as a result, they got behind him, and it was an easy throw and catch for a touchdown.
A lot of time, too, Saul. This Eagle defense having a real tough time putting any pressure at all.
Well, they went max protection that time, David. They put 2 guys right next to the tight end, and it really was just a 2-man route. So it's almost impossible to get to the quarterback in that situation. You just got to be able to cover on the outside, and the Eagles not able to do it.
Crusaders setting up for the extra point. Actually looks like number 11, Jeremiah Brown, or actually number. Oh, they're going to decide to run the. Well, that's Brown exactly. I was wondering, Brown's a running back and a receiver, and he lines up. Looks like he was going to kick. Well, Brown gets nailed in the backfield. Big shot that time by the Eagle defense as Brown tried to catches it, and actually Will Fitzhugh coming up from his strong safety spot puts a punishing blow on Brown. It did seem kind of odd. Saw their kicker. Their kicker was is typically not Isaiah Brown, as he catches that one and tries to make something happen. But it's going to be
that wasn't Isaiah Brown. That was number 9, Jordan Walker that time, and he was
actually,
the holder.
You're right. You're
and
correct.
Actually, Eckstein was coming in to block it, and he blocked the last one, so they thought they would take advantage of his aggressiveness, and he takes the ball and runs to the side that Eckstein comes from. But a good job by the Eagle defense of getting to the outside and making the tackle.
That's correct. I stand corrected. Having a tough time with these yellow numbers on the gray, man. It's playing tricks on my eyes right now.
David, you turned 50 this year. You need some glasses. That's what it is.
That's possible as well, I guess. 6 minutes and 33 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. The Eagles now trailing Calvary 26-7. The Cavaliers tee this one up at the 40-yard line. Deep for the Eagles, Will Fitzhugh and Eli Eckstein. Going to be a sky kick. Looks like Will's going to travel over to make the catch and does at the 25-yard line. Now he's at the 35. Going to be brought down at about the 39-yard line. Small return, but a sky kick saw. Again, Eagles now with excellent field position to start this drive. Return covers 14 yards. It's going to be first down and 10 for the Eagles at their own 40-yard line.
Boy, it's a big change in the momentum after that last drive. The Eagles not able to pick up a first down and then punt the ball and pin Calvary pretty deep and then give up the big play. And now you're almost forced here again. You've got to get down the field and get something on the board here again to get back in this ball game.
First down and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at their own 40-yard line. They're going to keep this one on the ground. That's Dugan. Dugan's going to make, well, he's going to make possibly one-man miss, maybe a little bit of before he's run out of bounds. Gain of 5 yards on the play. Or actually, I was going to say 5. It's going to be 4. Second down and 6 for the Eagles. They spot this football at the Eagle 44-yard line.
Well, it looked like Dugan might be able to have something that time. So he broke it to the second level, but a good job of tackling by the Calvary secondaries. I've just been very, very impressed with Calvary's defense so far tonight, and Dugan not able to break free for an even bigger gain, but does pick up 4 yards.
Second down and 6 for the Eagles, and now the Cavaliers are going to get a little greedy.
No, they're going to call that on Weatherford that time as he sort of fake snapped it. Not sure what he was doing, but he kind of just barely moved the football, and they came back, and it's going to be a illegal procedure against us.
Gain of 4 yards, going to get hit with a penalty for 5. So now you're going to be looking at second down and 11 for the Eagles. And instead of the 40-yard line, we're back at the 39-yard line. 5 minutes and 54 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Eagles trail 26-7. Two running backs join Herring in the backfield. Fitzhugh and Dugan. Dugan going to go in motion. Herring looks to throw. He's got a man. That's Wiley. Wiley's across the 50, across the 45-yard line. Great catch that time by Tristan Wiley. And the officials seemed to wait a month that time before they blew the play dead. But finally they stop. And Wiley's going to pick up 17 yards on the play. And that's going to be more than enough for a community pharmacy first down.
Doing a great job by Hunter Herring that time. I've been getting on to him a little bit about his reads, but on that play, that was perfect. The flat man goes with Dugan. He throws a slant behind him to Wiley.
Herring gets a good snap from center, keeps this one on the ground. Fitzhugh with a great run. Fitzhugh across the 35. Boy, he's upended at the 30-yard line. A great run that time, a gain of 12 yards and enough for another community pharmacy first down. A little bit of momentum going here on this drive, Saul, as they're mixing up the run and the pass. Pretty effective right now. First down and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at the Calvary 33. Two receivers wide to the right. They keep this one on the ground again. This time it's Dugan. Dugan plants the outside leg. He's at the 20, down to the 10 before he's run out of bounds. He's going to take out an official with him. But it looks like they'll drop him inside the 10-yard line, close to the 5, and it's going to be first and goal for the Eagles, as we'll have to wait for an official spot, but a gain of 27 yards, more than enough for a community pharmacy first down, and the Eagles First and goal inside the Randall's Fine Meat red zone at the 6-yard line.
Well, great job of blocking up front as Dugan's able to get the edge, and you saw his speed that time as Calvary fortunate to tackle him inside the 5. It looked like he might go on that. They just had a little angle on him and able to run him out of bounds.
First and goal, 7-yard line. Herring sends a man in motion. Going to keep it himself. He's got some blocking, and he's going to get inside the 5 as they'll spot this one probably close to the 4-yard line. It's going to be second down and goal at the Cavalier 4.
Yeah, good job by Herring that time. He's a little bit late getting his shoulders turned upfield, but once he did, he was able to drive him back, and good run on first down there inside the goal line.
4 minutes and 48 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Eagles trail 26-7. Second and goal at the 4. Herring, a good snap from center, gives this one to Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh's going to bounce it. Now he plants his outside leg. Looked like he was in for the touchdown, but the officials are going to rule him down at the 1-yard line.
I think he went down right at the 1-yard line, but he's close.
It's going to be third down and goal inside the 1. Hunter Herring's a big quarterback. But Saul, this is one of those areas of the field, and actually, well, we're not going to go under center. We're going to stay in the shotgun. An eye backfield beside Herring in the gun. Herring sends a man in motion. He's going to fake it. Now he's going to keep it himself. It looks like he's in for the touchdown. Number 11, Hunter Herring, is going to take it in for the Eagles. And the Eagles are going to try to make a ball game out of this, Saul, as they put 13 points on the board.
He had a great job by Hunter Herring that time as he took that shotgun snap and kind of just shuffled to his right a little bit and then let Fitzhugh get in front of him, and then he takes the ball straight ahead and just pounds his way in the end zone. You mentioned right before that he was a big quarterback, and you're right, he ran over a couple of people getting into the end zone.
That touchdown brought to you by the folks at Trinity Diamonds Direct. And that's exactly what I talked about last time. These extra points take way too long, and that one gets swatted.
Yeah, it's on the center, David. It's just way too soft to snap, and they come off the edge and are able to block it easily. But still a 13-point game now, but and a good job by the Eagles of answering Calvary's big play on offense and coming back, and as you mentioned, trying to make this thing a ball game and just not come up with a stop here, David. You know, we're going to get the ball back to start the second half, and if you can come up with a stop here, even if you don't get points before the end of the first half, you put yourself right back in the ball game with a chance to make something happen.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, I'd go for the onside kick again. It was kind to him last time, or sky kick or something like it. But it looks like the Cavaliers decided to double up over there in that little spot that the Eagles found earlier.
Yeah, you're not going to surprise them this time. I mean, the only reason to kick an onside kick now would be just because you don't want to kick it deep to Isaiah Brown, which isn't a bad reason to do it.
That's good enough.
And it's not that Isaiah Brown's he's not your typical kick return threat. I mean, it doesn't look like he's overly fast. He's just big, and he's hard to bring down in the open field. And you just gotta stick your nose in there and tackle him and hang on.
Yep.
Christopher Holyfield is going to handle the kicking chores for the Eagles. Christopher, Saul, and you and I both talked about it on numerous occasions, a wizard with the onside kick, and he's teeing this one up as if he's going to try the onside kick.
You better hurry up. The clock's come winding down here.
9, 8. It's signal ready for play, and Christopher is going to do just that. They're going to get a big hop, going to be fielded cleanly by the Cavaliers, but Saul, as you mentioned it, why not? I mean, you why risk it and an opportunity to get our hands on the football? But the Cavaliers do come up, and as a result, they're going to have great field position, and it's going to be first down and 10 for Calvary at their own 47-yard line.
And just got to come up with a big play on defense now, David. I mean, we've been giving up too many big plays. We got to come up with some kind of big play on our own, some type of turnover to change this momentum in the ball game.
Senior quarterback Cade Hart is going to bring the Cavaliers to the line. Brown joins him in the backfield in the shotgun. Hart gets a good snap from center, goes with Brown right up the middle of the field, and the Eagles do a nice job. It's going out pretty well. I saw it look like we had him for about 3, and he's going to end up picking up 5, so it's going to be second down and 5 for the Cavaliers in Eagle territory at the Eagle 48-yard.
And, of course, you talked about Hunter Herring being a big quarterback, and Isaiah Brown is a big running back at 215 pounds. He really looks like he's bigger than 215.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
He's not very tall, so he's only 5'9", so as thick as he is, he may only be 215 pounds, but I tell you what, he's hard to bring down.
Second down and 5. Cavaliers look to throw, and they do. It's going to be complete out in the flat, and that's going to be more than enough for a first down for Calvary. as that one completed out in the flat to number 11. That's actually Jeremiah Brown. Brown picks up 11 yards. That's going to be a first down for the Cavaliers.
And I tell you, one thing that Cade Hart does so well that I've noticed is he just got great timing. He gets that ball out. He makes the right read, and he gets it out of his hands very, very quickly. And so as a result, it's hard to get pressure on him. And he and his receivers, all four of them, have just got they've got great chemistry against each other. They throw it with excellent timing, and it's hard to defend.
They're going to send number 2 in motion across the formation. Hart has got Brown with him in the backfield, gives this one to Brown. Brown takes a side step, just lowers his head, and is going to pick up 6 yards. Pretty good job that time defensively by the Eagles, Saul, but he's actually going to pick up 7, just falling forward.
Yeah, just not getting any penetration on the defensive front. We're getting knocked backwards, and as a result, they're not hitting Brown until he's 2 or 3 yards down the field, and he's just got a full head of steam, and you just can't stand him up when he gets that type of momentum behind him.
2nd down and 3 for Calvary. Ball at the Eagle 30-yard line. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Hart calls for the ball. They go with Brown, and this time the Eagles do a good job with him, but he's still going to be close to a first down. He needed 3, and that looks like what he got. Clock continuing to run. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left to play here in the second quarter.
Looks like he may not have. No, they are going to give it to him now.
Clock still.
Well, they stopped it for the first down.
Cavaliers saw probably with a full complement of timeouts, so I think they'll probably have time to try and execute their offense. 2 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. Senior quarterback Cade Hart in the gun. He had movement, and that's going to cost the Cavaliers 5 yards.
Yeah, they had made many mistakes tonight, David, but there's one there, which is fortunate for the Eagles, and that puts them behind the chains, and it kind of takes them a little bit out of the running game, especially with just 2 minutes to go in the ball game, assuming in the first half. It maybe means that they're going to have to throw the football, which unfortunately is not necessary. We've played a lot of teams that we want to throw the football. When you force these guys to throw the football, they're pretty good at it.
First down and 15. Ball at the Eagle 33-yard line. They keep this one on the ground with Brown, and the Eagles do a good job of stringing him out. That's actually not Brown. I can't make out the number on that one. Gain of 3 yards that time as the Eagles do a good job. Now you're going to be looking at 2nd down and 11 as the clock continues to run inside of a minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah, I thought he went down kind of easy, and that's because, that's right, it wasn't Brown. It was number 6 for Calvary, which I don't have a number on him, but not quite as big as Isaiah Brown.
Actually, number 6 is Joseph Wilson, junior running back. 2nd down and 11. Hart in the shotgun. Looks to throw. Looks downfield deep. And that one may be intercepted.
No, he didn't catch it.
No, it isn't. Good coverage that time for the Eagles downfield. A lot of Cavalier fans looking for interference, but that was actually a well-defended play. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 11 for the Cavaliers with a minute left to play here in the first half.
I'll tell you what I'd be ready for right here, Dave, is a screen. Now, Calvary runs screens a lot. They've run one tonight, and that went for a touchdown on their very first offensive play. So the Eagles better be ready for that now.
3rd down, short 11, long 11, short 12. Ball at the Eagle 28-yard line. Hart calls for the ball, looks to throw, and they do set up the screen, just as you mentioned. And they're going to get it to him. Out in the flat, a great play by the Eagles. Great play by the Eagles. Saul, you called it. It was almost prophetic. That's exactly the same play we saw on the first play of the game. Goes to the other side this time. And the Eagles come up with a great play. Going to bring up 4th down and 12 for Calvary as the Eagles look like they may have called timeout.
This is going to be Calvary called timeout.
This is going to be a long pass into the end zone or some kind of trick play as it's 4th and 12 for the Cavaliers at the Eagle 29.
Well, they got plenty of time to pick up a first down here, David, so I don't think they have to throw it into the end zone. But that time the Eagles were ready for it. They actually sent Isaiah Brown to the far side of the field, and they pump faked it to him like they were going to throw just a little wide receiver type screen, and then the Cade Hart reverse field and threw the screen back to their other running back. But Ethan Hogan was right there to make the play, and he made an unbelievable open field tackle to stop him, because if Ethan Hogan doesn't make that play, then he's off to the races. And then you mentioned that I knew what was coming. That's because that's what they've done all year long, and all their films when they get in the long yard situation like that, they've thrown screens and they throw all kinds of screens, and you saw a variation of one right there. But the Eagles did a good job of sniffing that one out and stopping and bringing up a 4th and long situation. Biggest play of the ball game right here.
4th and 12 for the Cavaliers. Hart with 2 running backs with him in the backfield. 2 receivers split wide to his left, 1 to his right. Hart pulls this to throw. Now he's going to pull it down, put some air underneath it, and
touchdown.
Touchdown, Cavaliers.
That was number 12 for Calvary again. That was Kylie Corbin, who had caught the long touchdown pass before, and then again the Eagles somehow just let him get away from him. It was nothing real fancy right there. The quarterback just rolled to his left, and they just sent him up the seam, and it took such a long time. You'd have thought the Eagles would have been back there waiting for it, but somebody lost him, and he throws it up for the touchdown. Just not good pass defense by Ouachita Christian, and a perfect throw by Cade Hart.
Number 19 on to handle the extra point for the Cavaliers. That's Lane Mangum. Mangum's extra point attempt is good. So with 39 seconds left to play in the first half, the Eagles trail Calvary 33-13. So Saul, you got 39 seconds left to play in the half. You're going to get this kick. Do you got to, I guess, try to put some kind of points on the board before the end of the half, and I think the Eagles would have at least 2 timeouts.
Yeah, the scoreboard, well, it doesn't show. Yeah, we got 3 timeouts left. The scoreboard shows we've had 3. So, yeah, I mean, I think especially if you can get some good field position, which you should with the sky kick, then, I would give it a shot. At least try to put some on the board. I mean, you've dug yourself a huge hole, trailing the ball game by 20 points, and you gave up just a backbreaker right there. And so maybe try to see if you can get something going before you go into halftime. And then, of course, you're going to get the football to start the second half as well.
Cavaliers tee this one up at the 40-yard line. Deep for the Eagles. Will Fitzhugh. Seen a lot of sky kicks so far tonight, but this is really not lined up for a sky kick. And this one's going to be a low line drive squib, and that's going to give the Eagles pretty good field position, Saul, but it should be at the 35-yard line. As it went out of bounds at the 30, I definitely would want to take it at the 35. So it should, unless you want to make them re-kick it. But if you're going to take it, it looks like the Eagles may be doing just that. So I'm looking for a re-kick.
Yeah, looks like they're going to make him kick it again, figuring that he's going to probably squib it again, so you might get even better field position, especially if you're able to field the squib kick.
So the Eagles they're going to be penalized 5 yards on the play. And they'll have to kick this one from the 35. So you pick up 5 yards there, and we'll see what happens. Cavaliers are going to tee this one up at the 35-yard line. And this one, Saul, looks more like the directional kick, as this one may be coming to the right side of the field. A high sky kick. Even if Fitzhugh signaled a fair catch, it would have been an improvement. Now he's across the 40. He's across the 50, still moving his feet to the 45-yard line. Great call that time by Ouachita Christian head coach Stephen Fitzhugh, as he's going to actually pick up a huge bonus on field position that time, as this one's going to set up the Eagles a gain of 26 yards on the return. 34 seconds left to play here in the second half.
Yeah, plenty of time with 3 timeouts. You don't have to throw the ball deep. You can just try to pick up first downs right here, Dave, and get the ball close so you can throw it in the end zone with enough time to make a big play here before the half.
Got to send a man in motion. Cavaliers are going to bring a blitz. Herring with time, and he's going to put this one in the air. It's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Eckstein, and that pass was almost intercepted.
That was actually Landon Graves who was trying to hit it deep right there, and just overthrew it. And actually Calvary was there with good coverage. Had a chance to pick that football off.
It's going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at the Cavalier 44-yard line. 27 seconds left to play in the half. Eagles with all 3 timeouts. Herring in the shotgun, an eye backfield beside him. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Herring rolls, looks to throw. He's got a man on the far side of the field. That's Graves. Graves hauls it in, but he's going to be short of the first down. He's going to bring up 2nd down and 1, a 3rd down and 1, a gain of 9 on the play.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake that time by Landon Graves. Got to run that thing a little deeper. That way you can get the ball, catch the ball for a first down and give yourself a fresh set of downs. Now the Eagles got to make sure they pick up the first down as well.
3rd down, short yard. 22 seconds left to play here in the first half. Herring lines up in the shotgun, an eye backfield beside him. 2 receivers wide right, 1 to his left. Eagles traveling from left to right on your radio dial. Herring pulls this one down, throws it short. Should have never thrown that football. Fitzhugh's going to lose yardage. Got hit as soon as he caught it. Saw you could see the linebacker coming and actually loss of 2 yards. And now you're going to be looking at 4th down and 4th and 3.
Yeah, they were ready for that one. And, the Eagles didn't fool anybody that time as they faked to one side and then tried to throw it back to Fitzhugh on a little screen. That's not on Herring. I mean, that's his only read right there is that throw. And just got to give credit to Calvary for sniffing that one out. But here's again, we're not getting the first down. The comeback hurts you because now it's 4th down. And now you got to do something to pick up the first down here.
4th down and 3 for the Eagles. Let's go down to the sideline and catch up with Coach Sonny Vadrine with the Marion State Bank sideline report. Hey, Coach.
Hey, man, be good if we can get a big play right here. Either get a first down, get out of bounds, or maybe get a couple more plays out of this thing. This 4th down here, we've got to have a first down some kind of way. Of course, we still got 1 more timeout, so we got time to run a couple plays. We can just make something happen here on this play.
I hear you, Coach. Thanks a lot. Coach Sonny Vadrine with the Marion State Bank sideline report. Eagles are going to line up 4 wide receivers. 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. Dugan, the lone running back, with Herring in the backfield. Going to have a stoppage of play, and now we're going to have a timeout by the Cavaliers. We'll take a quick timeout with them. You're listening to Ouachita Christian Eagle football on 92.3 The Wolf.
Timeout call by the Cavaliers. That'll go. Hey.
Welcome back to Jerry Barker Stadium here on the campus of Calvary Baptist, Shreveport, Louisiana. Quarterfinal round of the Louisiana High School Athletic Association playoffs. The Eagles trailing the Calvary Cavaliers 33-13. 16 seconds left here in the first half. Big 4th down play here, maybe the biggest play of the first half. 4th down and 4 for the Eagles at the Cavaliers 37-yard line. Herring is going to line up 4 wide receivers. Got a lone running back with him is Dugan. Dugan's going to pick up a blocker. Now Herring's going to step into this, put some air under this, and
caught it.
That's going to be Will Fitzhugh on the far side, and he got the catch. He got the catch. 7 seconds left to play, and Fitzhugh hauls it in. What a catch, Son. You've talked about it all season. Sometimes when the guy's covered, and he was well covered that time. Good throw by Herring, but Fitzhugh makes a great catch. Saw 7 seconds, gain of 26 yards, enough for a community pharmacy first down inside the Randall's Fine Meat Red Zone. I don't know if you have time for 2 plays with 7 seconds, but if they're quick throws, maybe so. Eagles still have 2 timeouts. 4 seconds left on the play clock. 3 seconds. You're going to have to maybe call one of those now or take a penalty, and they do. Saul, I can't see on the scoreboard where it shows the timeouts, but
yeah, it does. It says we have none left. That was our last timeout.
So with 7 seconds, you're going to have to take, I guess, a couple of shots into the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've got a chance for 2 plays in the end zone. That's exactly right. You can't catch it anywhere else unless you catch one going out of bounds. I mean, that would be the other option. But you want to throw these in the end zone, give yourself a couple of chances to make it happen. I can't say enough about. First of all, I don't know how Herring got the ball off. He had a lot of pressure, and somehow was able to get the ball off and throw the ball down to Fitzhugh. That's the throw he should have made a couple of possessions ago on third down and just give Fitzhugh a chance, and he was well covered. I still don't know how Will caught the football, but he reached up and was able to grab it on the sideline, and I don't think the defensive back for Calvary knows how he caught it either because he thought he was all over it, and Fitzhugh able to come up with a catch.
Will Fitzhugh is an impressive football player, and I got to tell you, that's exactly what he is, a football player. He played defensive back, receiver, running back. We saw him for a couple of years where he got plenty of duty at quarterback. Just a great football player.
He made one great throw already tonight on the double pass. I mean, he couldn't have thrown it any better.
First down and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at the Cavalier 10. 7 seconds left to play. Hunter Herring's going to line up in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 to his right. Herring looks to throw, puts some air into this one to Fitzhugh, and that one's overthrown. No chance on that one, as would have been caught 3 yards out of bounds if he did. So now you're looking with 3 seconds left to play in the first half, and this will be the last gasp for the Eagles here in the first half.
I'll tell you what, David, I might run the same play off that same action, just throw a stop route to Fitzhugh in the end zone. As they were on top of him right there. It would be the same play that Calvary ran on us when Landon Graves was covering their receiver, and they just did a sort of back shoulder throw in the end zone. It would be a perfect throw to execute right here against Fitzhugh.
Well, the Eagles are going to have this thing teed up on the far hash. When I say far, we're over here on the Calvary side. The Eagles are traveling from left to right on your radio dial. Big play here to end the first half of play. Boy, I tell you, Saul, you talk about a momentum swing. If the Eagles are able to put some points on the board, be huge here. At least when you say points, a touchdown possibly with 3 seconds left to play in the first half.
And,
second down.
Fitzhugh's the guy that they think we're going to go to, I'm sure. But so it gives you an opportunity maybe to throw to Tristan Wiley or Eli Eckstein, Landon Graves in the ballgame. All those guys are capable of making plays. And so, at least you give yourself a chance here to throw this ball in the end zone. They're going to probably send some pressure. That's what they've been doing. So Hunter Herring's got to make sure he gets it off. Don't take a sack here. Just give you guys a chance.
Will Fitzhugh's going to line up to the right side along with 2 other receivers, Eckstein, Graves. Wiley lines up by himself on the far far side of the field. The running back is going to be Dugan. They're waiting to see what the alignment that they get from the Cavaliers.
We must have had another timeout because we just called one.
And it is a timeout taken by the Eagles. I thought we had one more, Saul, but I guess they pulled one from us from the school board prematurely. Let's take a minute to go down to the sideline and catch up with Coach Sonny Vadrine with the Marion State Bank sideline report. What are you doing right here on second down, Coach?
Well, they did what I thought was a good job. Just come out, run a formation, see how Calvary's going to line up and what they want. He's trying to get a good matchup somewhere. And he's just got to run a good matchup and try to get a slant across the middle or a back shoulder throw on the corner pylon. That'd be the 2 best plays right here because they got to respect the throw in the end zone. So defensive backs, they're going to play man under and over the top, and especially try to stop us. But I think that's what we're going to have to do.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach Sonny Vadrine with the Marion State Bank sideline report. Saul, what do you like here?
Touchdown.
Other than the obvious.
Well, I mean, I think that Will Fitzhugh is your best athlete out there, the best chance to make a play. But I mean, I like running around, make your reads in maybe a square and across the back, a couple of crossing routes underneath. But just got to make sure you get this ball off.
3 seconds. Herring rolling, looking to throw. May have to pull this one down. He does, and it's caught. And we don't have it. They're going to. They say he was out of bounds. So that's going to bring it into the first half of play. The Eagles are going to trail Calvary 33-13.
Yeah, that time the Hunter Herring rolled his right. They tried to run a comeback on the outside over there, but they squeezed that route down. And the only problem with the spread out right there is you squeeze the whole side of the field and you let them just cover one half. But he made a good throw, and Exide just got forced. I just thought he wasn't in the end zone, but I guess they said he was out of bounds. It looked like to me he caught the ball on this side of the end zone line, so not sure it would have been a touchdown if he'd have been inbounds.
Well, it's going to bring it into the second quarter and into the first half of play here at here at Jerry Barker Stadium. The Eagles trailing Calvary 33-13. We'll invite you to come back and join us for the Rocket Fast Car Wash halftime show. You're listening to Ouachita Christian Eagle Football on 92.3 The Wolf.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the field, your Calvary cheerleaders. Ladies and gentlemen, the football program and facilities that we enjoy at Calvary Baptist Academy are first class, thanks large in part to those who played here in the Academy's early days. Tonight, we are fortunate to have with us some of the men who were student athletes at Calvary from 1977 to 1987. We have asked them to come down to the field and be recognized tonight. Coach at Calvary Baptist Academy, coaching all sports at Calvary through 9th grade, was none other than our own Kelly Young, who most everyone here knows as our sideline photographer. The first high school football coach, Cliff Vandiver, who is assisted by Ricky Terrell and Robert Hoffman. Former assistant football coaches, Greg Frazier and Jimmy Bardwell. Original senior class from 1979, Bill Martin. Seniors of 1980, Jay Stilley and Curtis Kerrigan. Seniors from 1981, Dr. Bob Martin, Steve Cooley, who have gone before us and remember their contributions to our great school. Let's give a big Calvary applause to our former football players and coaches.
Last night, 35-24. Union beat Caldwell 38-21. Fairley's on top of Port Allen 16-0. And Louisville leads Mangum 14-0. Oak Grove leads East Beauregard 26-0.
Thanks a lot. Scores from around the area. Thanks everybody for tuning into the Rocket Fast Car Wash halftime show. The Cavaliers are going to try a sky kick, fielded cleanly by Will Fitzhugh at the 25-yard line. They try to take Will down with an arm tackle. Doesn't work, spins out of it, but he's going to be dropped at about the 33-yard line. Gain of 8 yards on the return.
And let's see what kind of adjustments the Eagles have made at halftime. You know, I think they settled down. I really think Hunter Herring settled down there in that second quarter and played a lot better football game in the second quarter than they did in the first. Just really never looked comfortable in that first quarter, but I think he kind of proved himself there at the end. Even the last throw that didn't go for a touchdown, it was a nice throw to Eckstein, just not able to catch it in the field of play for the touchdown.
It's going to be first down and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at their own 33-yard line. Herring goes to work on the ground with Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh, patient runner, stretches his play out. Going to be run out of bounds, but a nice gain on the play that time. Donnie's going to give him 4 yards, and that's going to bring up second down and 6.
Yeah, the Eagles also talked about how they found something a little bit with that outside zone play that time. Good blocking up front and running inside between the tackles is tough against this Calvary team because they're big defensive front. They found some on the outside that gave them some success running the football in that second quarter.
Fitzhugh and Dugan in the backfield. Herring in the gun, turns, hands this one, gives it to Dugan. Actually, that may have been Fitzhugh, and it's going to be a loss on the play, a loss of 1 yard, as the Eagles unable to get back to the line of scrimmage that time. Good penetration by the Cavaliers.
Yeah, real good job by the Cavaliers of defending that play. That was the zone read play, and we didn't block it very good up front, and as a result, we lose some yards on that. Now it's going to bring up a third long situation, an important third down here in this opening drive of the second half. Sure don't want to have to punt to get this ball to start off this second half.
Third down and 8 for the Eagles. 2 receivers split wide. Herring looks to throw, puts air under this one. He's got a receiver downfield. It's going to be caught. That's going to be Tristan Wiley. Wiley to the 20, down to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Ouachita Christian. No flags. Touchdown, Eagles.
And that's exactly what we talked about in the first half, David, is that Hunter Herring needed to give his receivers a chance to make a play, and that time he threw the ball up and let Wiley go make a play, and he did it. He did just that. He gets separation at the end, catches the football in the air, and takes it the distance for a touchdown in what is the most important play of this ball game is the Eagles able to get back in this thing, and now they're going to go for 2 following this first touchdown in the second half.
Touchdown pass covers 65 yards, brought to you by the folks at Trinity Diamonds Direct. For all your diamond needs, visit their store on Blanchard Street in West Monroe. Eagles line up for the 2-point conversion. It's going to be a Wildcat formation as Herring's going to line up on the outside. Fitzhugh pulls this one in. It's good. Actually, that ball is thrown, saw by Will Fitzhugh as he finds a way to put more points on the board for the Eagles. I couldn't make out the number. It looked like maybe Cade Woods in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, that was the old Tim Tebow play that time. I don't know that Will really jumped off the ground, but he faked like he was going to run inside, and Woods slips out to the back, and it was a perfect throw by Fitzhugh, almost just a little jump pass or touch pass over the defender's outstretched arms to Cade Wood for the 2-point conversion. So now we've got a 12-point ball game. And after the Eagles had just shot themselves in the foot time and time again in the first half, they find themselves only trailing by 12 points to start this second half after a big drive to open it up and right back in this ball game.
And to bring you fans in to this game, I mean, I tell you, I don't know. So you can look down on the sideline and some of the body language of these Cavalier players. I don't know they've ever been in a 12-point ball game, not since the first quarter.
In the Bird game earlier in the year, that was a close ball game. But again, ever since then, they've just annihilated teams, and it's been a long time since they've been in a close one. So the Eagles come out fighting, and it looks like they have no intention of kicking this ball deep, as Christopher Holyfield is going to line up and kick an onside kick.
Christopher Holyfield lines it up at the 40-yard line, and you never know how this ball is going to come off of his foot. Big hop, and unfortunately, the Cavaliers are able to secure the ball, and it's going to be first down and 10 inside the 45-yard line, and looks like it's going to be first down and 10. They'll spot this one at the 44-yard line. Let's go down to the sideline and see if we can catch up with Coach Sonny Vadrine. Coach?
Well, they kind of followed the script I said. Come out and score on the first play of that deal and get this thing going. Got a little momentum going and got us going. And I tell you what, they finally made that guy cover somebody. He didn't cover him. And you know what amazed me about that play? The cornerback for Calvary didn't even chase the guy. Didn't even chase him. He just let us have the touchdown, which was a great deal. We did a good job on that. Great pitch and catch and throw and run, and we're back in this ball game, guys.
All right.
Now, we do what we said. Stop this first drive of theirs. Then we'll be in good shape.
All right. Thanks a lot, Coach. Coach Sonny Vadrine for the Marion State Bank sideline report. And we got a stoppage of play. So it looks like maybe one of the Eagles shaking up.
He may have been the one that delivered that hit on the onside kick, and he may have just kind of knocked himself silly, as he looks like he's just a little bit disoriented as far as where he is. And we may want to talk to Coach Vadrine and see if he's got an idea of what's going on down there.
Well, let's go back down to the sideline and catch up with Coach Sonny Vadrine. Coach, looks like Cade's shaking up on the play.
Yeah, he's the one that made the hit on the guy on the onside kick, and looks like he's just a little bit woozy. I don't know if he just had a little flash knockout or what he did, but Craig's checking him out, getting some smelling salts, something, trying to get him up.
That's not the thing to do, Coach, anymore. I don't think they're going to give me any smelling salts, but
thanks a lot, Coach Sonny Vadrine for the Marion State Bank sideline report. And Saul, does Craig usually carry smelling salts around?
I don't know that people carry those around anymore, except for crazy strength coaches on the sidelines. You'll see them pop a smelling tablet. I've never really understood that. What do they need to be doing that to get themselves fired up? They're not playing the ball game, but Cade still hadn't moved yet, just standing in one position and still not exactly sure what's going on. And Coach Vadrine talked about the cornerback not chasing the receiver. I think he was in shock, David, that he gave up these guys are not used to giving up big plays, and they gave up a big one right there. As Tristan Wiley, who has had a great year as a receiver, just did an excellent job of catching the football and running for the touchdown.
Well, Cade's still shaking up at the 45-yard line. He, as we mentioned, trainer for the Eagles, out there attending to Cade, and really hadn't seen him move a whole lot since he's been standing there, but a little bit of movement now.
He's standing up, so he's not knocked out. I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, he's definitely moving his arms now, and it looks like he's communicating. Let's go down to the sideline and catch up with Coach Sonny Vadrine. Coach?
I think he got a little bit of a stinger in the neck, maybe. It's not that he was knocked out. I think it's in his neck more than anything else.
All right. Well, hopefully he'll be able to shake that off. Those stingers are extremely painful. And besides that, I know a guy that might tell me exactly what a stinger is.
So a stinger is basically just a stretch injury to what's called the brachial plexus, where the nerves come out of your neck and your head goes one way and your shoulder goes the other. And he delivered a huge lick on the player as he caught the onside kick, and I'm sure that's what happened. And your arm goes numb basically, and sometimes it may not come back for quite some time. And it's a funny feeling if you never had one before. And not sure if Cade Woods has had one before, but certainly a different type of feeling. If your arm's ever gone to sleep, that's kind of what it feels like, and it's a real shock to you.
Well, it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Cavaliers. The Eagles unable to come up with the onside kick, so it's going to be 1st down and 10 for Calvary at their own 47-yard line. Still waiting, and now we've got the officials over on the far side of the field, and I'm not sure what the officials are discussing on the far side of the field, but they are still over there. And let's go back down to the sideline. That's on the Eagles bench. Coach, what do you think the refs are talking about over there?
He wanted to talk to Coach Fitchie about something. Fitchie had to come out and talk to him. I'm not sure what it was, but I guess I don't really know. Here we go. Fitchie gets started, though. Here they go.
All right. Well, now we're ready for play as the officials signal ball ready in. The Cavaliers have the ball again at their own 48-yard line. Senior quarterback Cade Hart brings the Cavaliers out. 2 running backs with him in the shotgun. Hart's going to keep this one on the ground. It goes with Brown. Brown is going to try to move this football. They're trying to strip the football from him and unable to come up with it. But Brown is going to lose a yard on the play as the Eagles string him out and do a good job of keeping him east and west, all unable to square his shoulders and get going north and south.
Yeah, and credit Christopher Holyfield that time as he got great penetration. He didn't make the tackle, but he made Brown bow his momentum backwards. And then Ethan Hogan and Mashal come in there and finish him off. Just a great play. Really started by Christopher Holyfield and finished up by those linebackers.
Second down and 11 for the Cavaliers. Ball at their own 47. Hart looks to run the option and does. He's going to pitch this one back to Brown. Brown's going to make a defender miss, but the Eagles come through with a huge play in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 3 yards on the play.
Let me tell you who made that play, Dave. It was Julian Stevenson, one of the smallest people on the field that time, who had to come in for the injured Cade Woods. Stevenson, 5'6", 135 pounds, gives up almost 100 pounds to Isaiah Brown, and he played the option perfectly. Went back there, and he didn't make the tackle, but he knocked his legs out from underneath him and allowed the other Eagles to get there and make a big play.
I tell you what, man, that is great to see somebody take somebody on like that. Great play by Stevenson. Third down and 14 for the Cavaliers. Hart's going to line up in the shotgun. They've got confusion, and now it looks like they're going to have illegal motion, or actually a timeout taken by the Cavaliers. We're going to take a quick timeout with them. You're listening to Ouachita Christian Eagle Football on 92.3 The Wolf.
Dude, they got to stop here, man.
30 seconds.
Just got to stop the pass. Don't give a big play up. Make an interception.
Right here.
Dude, if they can intercept it.
Stadium, Shreveport, Louisiana. Calvary Baptist Academy. Big third down play here on the first drive of the night, or the first drive of the second half for the Cavaliers. Third down, 14. Hart's going to take this one, fakes to Brown. He's got some pressure. He's going to be sacked. He's going to be dropped on the play. And he's going to throw the football on the ground, and I'll tell you what, it's been a long time, but the Eagles come up with a huge sack on the play, a loss of 9 yards, and that's going to bring up fourth down and a bundle for Calvary as they'll spot this football at the Cavalier 35-yard line.
And Calvary went max protection that time and actually faked the ball in the backfield. It was a long-acting play, but the Eagles sit pressure, covered man on the outside, and that looked like it may have been Grant Mishaw who got to him first. And just a great job by the Eagles to come up with a sack this time, as this Calvary team is a little bit disoriented right now as the Eagles have come out in this second half and punched him in the mouth.
Fourth down and 22. High snap is going to be fielded by the punter. He's going to punt this one out of bounds immediately. Eagles are going to have great field position. As they were trying to keep that one away from Fitzhugh, all they do, but the Eagles are going to start this drive. They're still walking this punt off, and it looks like they'll mark it at the Eagle 49-yard line.
Yeah, he kind of shanked it offside the foot. You know, if you're not watching the game on the live stream, you listen to the radio, the Calvary punter is a soccer-style punter. He takes that ball and he runs to the right and then kicks it, and that time he's trying to, kick it away from Fitzhugh, and fortunately for the Eagles, he kicked it away from him, but he kicked it out of bounds about 20 yards short of Fitzhugh.
The punt covers 15 yards, no return. First down and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at the Cavalier 49. Herring in the shotgun, calls for the ball. Looks to throw, he's going to pull it down and run. He's across the 50, he's across the 45, the 40, still running down inside the 40-yard line. More than enough for a community pharmacy first down, as Herring's going to pick up 14 yards on the play.
Yeah, just ran a quarterback draw right there, David. And again, they've got this Calvary team on their heels right now. They're not really sure what to do, and that's a play I hadn't seen the Eagles run. And they come out to start the second half with a great play call that time. Good lead blocking by Will Fitzhugh for Hunter Herring.
Herring in the shotgun. 4 receivers part of the set. They're going to go with it again on the quarterback draw. Herring moving the ball, stretching for yardage. And that's going to be close to a first down. Well, actually, they're going to stop him at 6 yards, gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down and 4 as they spot this football at the Calvary 31-yard line.
Yeah, the exact same play that time. And again, basically, Herring's just taking a step back like he's going to drop back the pass. And then Fitzhugh's leading through the hole. And they're going to the left side of the offensive line behind Mishaw, and it looks like number 55 for the Eagles.
Herring keeps this one on the ground. It's Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh's across the 20. He's down to the 15-yard line. Still moving the ball inside the 5. Will Fitzhugh with a great run inside the Randall's Fine Meat red zone. And he's also picked up another community pharmacy first down, a gain of 28 yards on the play.
Yes. Go ahead.
First down and goal at the 3. The Eagles are wasting little time.
Staying on the same side of the field. That was Avery Pilgreen, Mishaw. They're actually going unbalanced line right here, David, and just open up a huge hole on the left side of the formation. Great run by Fitzhugh. Eagles got him in trouble right here.
First down and goal at the 3. Herring in the shotgun. Sends a man in motion across the formation. Fakes it to him. Herring's going to keep it himself. He's going to be hemmed up and dropped. Actually may have lost a yard on the play, and it's going to bring up second down and goal from the 4.
Yeah, it took just a little bit too much time that time. That time he fakes the zone read to Eckstein, who's coming in motion. Just allowed Calvary some time to get some penetration. I say just run it right at him, David. Run it to that left side of the formation with Fitzhugh again.
Second down and goal. Ball at the Cavalier 4. 6 minutes and 22 seconds. Eagles trail 33-21. Herring with the snap. Gives this one to Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh, touchdown! Touchdown, Eagles! They're going to cut the lead to 5. Well, right now they cut it to 6.
They're going to go for 2, David.
But the Eagles do, well, it actually looks like they're bringing the kicker on. 27-33. They're going to have to put some spin on this football, so they got to get a quick snap here. Or the Cavaliers are going to slap another one down. Harrell lines up for the extra point. Good snap, good hold, and it's blocked again. Not even close. I mean, he could have waited on that football. It's going to be no good. So the Eagles are still going to trail 27-33. And let's go down to the sideline and check in with Coach Sonny Vadreen with the Marion State Bank sideline report. How's it going, Coach?
Well, I tell you what, it's working like we talked about. Everybody's getting back, doing like we said, and taking it to them. And Calvary's playing tired right now. I'm just telling you, they're playing tired. The big defensive tackle barely puts his hand on the ground, and he's not doing a whole lot. And the snaps on our extra points are just too slow, guys. I just hate to say that, but the snaps are too slow. They're a little bit on the high side. You can't get them down quick enough. And that guy's coming off the edge pretty doggone fast. So that's going to create a problem for him.
Yeah, you almost could just wait. As David said, you could just let him go past and then kick him out.
No. I mean, if you watched him that time, he had to take a step. He chopped it. Because if he would have run right by.
But, still the extra point it's important, but a touchdown still ties the game. We come back and play defense again, and we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, Coach, that's the second extra point tonight that they've had to wait on the block.
Yeah, we just got it's just a slow snap, and most people don't come off the edge quite as quick as this kid from Calvary does.
Well, Coach Fitzhugh had made a decision at halftime. At least he told the team that he was going to go for 2 every time in the second half, and just decided to change his mind right there, and I guess he would have gone for 2 now after we get that block. But anyway, this game has completely changed, and it's just an amazing turn of events considering what we witnessed in the first quarter. I mean, this team could have easily just folded up and get ready for baseball season or basketball season or whatever it is that comes next. But you have seen, in my opinion, one of the greatest turnarounds that I've seen a high school football team do in a long time, and now he's got to keep it going and not let Calvary get some momentum back.
Well, Christopher Holyfield is making no qualms about it. I mean, everybody in this stadium knows he's fixing to kick another onside kick. But with Christopher's kicks, you never know. I mean, this thing could take the wrong bounce at the wrong time, and the Eagles end up with a football. Holyfield tees it up at the 40-yard line, and he's going to kick it low. This time he kicks it. This one's going to take a bounce. The Cavaliers are going to be back there, and there's going to be a seam, but the Eagles special teams do a pretty good job. Not sure that was any better than the onside kick, as the Cavaliers will still end up with it. It'll be about the 44-yard line where they start this drive.
Yeah, and again, it's going to be a little bit better probably than the onside kick would have been had they not gotten it, but I'm not sure if that ball squibbed off his foot. I don't think he meant to kick that ball where it went to, but Eagles down there quickly to make the stop, and so now right back in this ball game, trailing 6 with only 6 minutes, with 6 minutes still to go in the third quarter.
The Cavaliers with the ball, first down and 10 at their own 44-yard line. Hart turns, and now we're going to have a whistle. We're going to have illegal procedure against the Cavaliers. They're going to mark it back 5 yards.
Yeah, I know Calvary's coaches, and they're trying to do whatever they can to sort of right this ship now as it's been nothing but, we talked about in the first half how there was nothing but negative plays for the Eagles in that first quarter. We're so far in the second half, it's been nothing but negative plays for Calvary.
It's going to bring up first down and 15. So all you mentioned being behind the sticks early, and that's what the Cavaliers find themselves with. First down and 15, ball at their own 38-yard line. Senior quarterback Cade Hart brings him out. Hart in the shotgun. Brown joins him. He's going to fake this one to Brown. Looks to throw. Gets some pressure this time. Puts a lot of air under it, but we're going to have it's going to be incomplete. We get a way away with one that time, as they had a man wide open, Saul, and fortunately for the Eagles, that one's going to be just a little overthrown.
Yeah, and really what happened was Cade Hart had to put more air underneath the football, I think, than he wanted to, and that's because Grant Mashar was putting a tremendous amount of pressure on him, something we hadn't seen in the first half. And it was number 2, Walker Morris, on the outside that was beat badly, and he should have caught the football on the outside. I think the ball was thrown so high that he wasn't going to score if he caught it, but it would have been a huge play. And again, everything turning up good for the Eagles so far in this second half as they dodge a bullet right there.
2nd down and 15 for the Cavs. Ball at their own 35 or 38-yard line. They keep this one on their own. No, they pull a fake, and that one's going to be overthrown. Hart that time, Saul, shows a little bit of humanity as that ball was clearly overthrown.
He's feeling pressure, David. That's the difference. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are, whether you're Tom Brady or Eli Manning or Peyton Manning or Drew Brees. If you get pressure, it's hard to be accurate, and that's what's happened right now as the Eagles have turned up some pressure on him, and they've caused some errant throws, and that time he had a man down the seam, and he just overthrows him.
3rd down and 15 for Calvary. Ball at their own 38-yard line. 5 minutes and 57 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. Eagles trail 33-27. Hart's going to send 3 receivers wide to his right, 1 to his left. He's going to roll. Now he's getting a little bit of pressure, sets up the screen, and the Eagles are going to get caught napping on that one. As the Eagles are going to be, they're going to get, that's going to be a huge gain, and receiver that time for the Cavaliers going to take it inside the 20-yard line, where the Cavaliers are going to have it 1st down and 10 at the Eagle 15.
There's your screenplay, David. We talked about how nobody runs a screen better in high school football than Calvary, and that time we had a chance to make a play. One person that could make the play and had to run around the block, and as a result, the Calvary receiver, who's very talented, gets up the field, and Calvary sort of rights the ship right there as it was going downhill fast for him, and they're able to get a big play right there. Good job by Will Fitchie to come over and stop him short of a touchdown.
9 seconds left on the play clock, and the Cavaliers aren't anywhere close. Now it's 5 seconds, and now Hart does bring him to the line. He's going to call for the ball, gives this one. No, now he's going to keep it. And the Eagles are going to string Hart out, but they're not going to string out the wide out. Fitchie is going to come up with a ball.
We got it.
And now I don't know if we got a fumble on the play or not. No indication from the officials. No indication from the official yet. He's waving his arms, but he's definitely not shown.
Well, the Eagles sideline went crazy when the ball went on the ground, like they knew it was our ball, and but it looks like they're not going to give it to us.
It's enough yards for a movement mortgage. 1st down.
It's going to be 1st down and 10, 1st down and goal for the Cavaliers at the Eagle 3. Hart going to bring the Cavaliers to the line. Calls for the football, and they go inside. That's going to be Brown. Brown's going to take it in from 3 yards out, and he's going to pose for everybody here in the stands.
He's a big guy, he's strong, and I don't think he has to pose to let us know that he's strong, but Calvary dives another bullet right there as it looked like the Eagles had a turnover inside the 10-yard line. But you know what? This game still ain't over. They score a big touchdown right there. They're going to go back up by a couple of scores, but it's not over by any stretch of the imagination. The Eagles' offense has been effective moving the football against Calvary, and just got to keep doing it, keep playing hard, and finish strong, which has been what Coach Fitchie's trying to preach to him all year.
Extra point's going to be up and good as the Cavaliers increase their lead 40-27 here in the 3rd quarter. The 3rd quarter Ouachita Christian football is sponsored by the folks at Firm Foundations Counseling in Monroe. If you're interested in learning more about EMDR trauma therapy, call Firm Foundations Counseling today. 318-654-7010 or online at myfirmfoundations.com. 4 minutes and 41 seconds left to play here in the 3rd quarter. The Eagles trailing Calvary 40-27.
So a big play that time, David. The screen pass turns this game around for Calvary, as Eagles had him in very, very deep trouble that time. As it was going to be a long yard situation with the opportunity to get the ball back from Calvary in good field position, and they dial up a screen pass, and they execute it well, and they kick it down and score. And now the Eagles have to come back and answer. You know, you're right back in this ball game. You're trailing 13 points, and no reason why you can't take the ball back down and score and get a stop and get this and turn this thing around and come out of here with a victory.
Cavaliers tee it up at the 40-yard line. Sky kicks all night, and it looks like that's exactly what this will be, another directional kick. And that's what it is. Will Fitzhugh's going to camp under it at the 25. He's across the 30. He's across the 35. Now he's across the 40, across the 45, where he's going to be dropped. But again, the Eagles will set up shop already at their own 45-yard line. They'll probably spot this one, looks like at the 46, where the Eagles will start this drive. Gain of 22 yards on the return. Nice job that time by Wills. He's done a real good job with the sky kick tonight, Saul, averaging somewhere around 20 to 22 yards per return.
And we've done a great job. You know, we've got good field position once again on offense, and again, just got to keep executing. And Calvary's had a hard time stopping our running game so far in this second half.
Herring in the shotgun. Somebody called timeout.
I think Calvary called timeout. I don't think they had
actually signaling that we did.
No, I believe it was them. They called it. Yeah, they did. I think they only
Calvary.
had 10 people on the field, David.
Well, the Cavaliers do take the timeout. Let's go down to the sideline and catch up with Coach Sonny Vadrine. Coach, I know you were over there near where they said we had a fumble. What happened on that?
He was down. He was down. I mean, it was close, but I think he was down before the ball popped out. I mean, it's just one of those calls that we didn't get. I hate the screenplay more than anything else because I'm over here hollering. I can't hardly talk now. Just hollering, screen. Boy, they ran it, but we couldn't stop it. That was just one of those plays. That was a big play right there. That could have turned this thing around. We'd have forced a punt right there. It would have been good. But now we just got to come back and score right here, and we're right back in this thing. This thing got a long way to go, guys.
All right, thanks a lot. Coach Sonny Vadrine with the Marion State Bank sideline report. 4 minutes and 33 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. The Eagles trail Calvary 40-27. Hunter Herring brings the Eagles to the line. He's going to have two receivers split wide to his left, none to his right. Fitzhugh and Bub Mathern in the backfield. Good snap. And a good run that time to Fitzhugh. Bub Mathern goes through with a nice block, and it's going to be a gain of, well, I may have given him too much credit, so it's going to be a gain of a short 2, long 1. Well, actually, he's going to pick up 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Eagles as they spot this football at the Eagle 47-yard line. Second down and 8. Herring in the shotgun. A good snap from center. Fakes to Will. Now he's got to throw, and he does. He's got a man open downfield, and that's going to be caught by Eckstein. Eckstein's going to be inside the 15-yard line. Eli Eckstein comes up with a huge catch as he secures it inside the Randall's Fine Meat red zone. They'll spot this football, it looks like, at the Cavalier 15.
What a great job by Hunter Herring all the way around. An excellent fake, draws those linebackers up, gives him a lane to throw the football down the field to Eli Eckstein, who bobbled it for a second. Did a good job of concentration by him to hang on the football and even run a little bit more after he corralled it in. And so far tonight, these Calvary defensive backs have not been able to cover all receivers. And again, since that first quarter, Hunter Herring has settled down and just playing a great game of football at quarterback position, has gotten the Eagles back into the ball game.
A gain of 37 yards on the play. First down and 10 for the Eagles at the Cavalier 14. The timeout on the field, we're going to take one with them. You're listening to Ouachita Christian Eagle football on 92.3, The Wolf. 30. We got to get it in. We got to get it in. 30, yeah. First down and 10 for the Eagles at the Calvary 14. Herring in the shotgun, pulls it down. He's going to keep this one himself on the quarterback draw, and he is going to find some tough running, but he's going to pick up 5 yards on the play. Saul is a nice, powerful run from the junior quarterback. That's going to be a gain of 5. Second down and 5 for the Eagles at the Cavalier 9-yard line. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Cavaliers lead the Eagles 40-27.
Doing a good, powerful run by Hunter Herring that time as he's hard to bring down. And the Cavalier defensive line looks like they're getting a little gassed right now, David. They've been on the field a lot tonight, and right now the Eagles are just running at will so far here in the second half.
Herring in the shotgun. Fitzhugh joins him in the gun. Bub Mathern's going to lead the way. Another tough run by Fitzhugh, keeping his legs moving, and he's going to move the pile, going to be real close to a first down. Maybe a little short, and it's going to bring up third down, and it looks like less than a yard, and it is. Third and about half a yard.
And if I'm the Eagles, I'm going fast right here, David. Again, they're tired. I run that play to Fitzhugh again and let him take it inside. He doesn't, he's going to get enough, I think, for the first down. Then you got first and goal inside the 5.
Herring in the shotgun. Fitzhugh lines up behind Mathern in an eye. Cavaliers jump off sides, and they're going to pick up a freebie. I'll tell you what, too, when you jump off sides as a defensive lineman, Saul, it's never really a good idea to get immediately mad at yourself.
Well, the Eagles went with a hard count that time, and they did where all the linemen go down in unison, put their hands on the ground, and it caused Calvary to jump. So they pick one up an easy way that time, although I don't think it would have mattered. I think even if we'd have run the football, Fitzhugh could have picked up the first down.
First down and goal at the 2.5-yard line. Herring in the shotgun, turns, hands this one to Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh's met by a wall of Calvary defenders. He's going to be close, picked up a yard, but it looks like he's going to be about a yard shy of the goal line.
Give it to
Second
him again,
down and
David.
goal. Second down and goal for the Eagles.
It's close, too,
1.
David. I mean, it's about 1 foot from being inside the goal line here.
Herring in the shotgun. Fitzhugh joins him in the gun. Bub Mathern at fullback. Herring's going to call for the ball. Gives it to Fitzhugh. Herring in for the touchdown. Number 11, Hunter Herring, takes it in for the Eagles. And they're going to cut into this Cavalier lead, 33-40.
And that time Herring just fakes it to Fitzhugh, and the whole defense chases him, and he keeps it inside. And I'm not so sure the Eagles can't just run this ball in for the 2-point conversion. David, Calvary is tired, and they're on their heels, and I don't think you have to even get fancy right here. You can even run a play just like you did right there with Hunter Herring inside, and I bet you score the 2-point conversion here.
Fitzhugh, Eckstein, Bub Mathern. Herring's going to go in motion. It's going to be the Wildcat with Eckstein. 2-point conversion. Eckstein pulls this one down. Now he looks to throw. He's got a man back there. It's going to be knocked down, and that's going to be incomplete. Maybe not what I would have gone with on the 2-point conversion, but it's going to be no good as the Eagles are going to trail in this ball game by a touchdown and an extra point, 33-40, with 1 minute and 26 seconds left to play in the third. Nice job that time again, Saul, by this Eagle offense as they were able to march the ball down the field.
Yeah, great job again, David. Like I said before, we were upset about the touchdown on the screen, the big play on the screen, the touchdown. But, again, we have controlled this game since the second quarter and just giving up a couple of big plays. But other than that, it has been all OCS. And so I still feel really good about what's going on in this game.
When are we going to get the turnover?
You just got to come up with a big play. That's right. Yeah, turnover would be huge. And, we were close to getting it down there on the goal line. But you just got to keep grinding, keep playing hard. And we've gotten yourselves back in this ball game, and it's definitely ours for the taking if we want it.
Well, out trots Christopher Holyfield. Christopher, if you've watched him kick for the Eagles for long, you understand. But Saul, this time he's going to tee it up at midfield. He's not going to come to the far hash. He's going to tee it up in the middle of the field. Now, he definitely has onside kick on his mind, and he may be coming with something a little different, and he does. Now he's going to kick this one deep, and that is going to be, actually going to be fielded by Brown. Brown's going to set up. Now he's going to trot around and dance around like the show. And now he's going to be bounced out of bounds. Tell you what, so I really hate to see that kind of that kind of demonstration out there of sportsmanship on the field, but he's going to be bounced out of bounds about the 25-yard line.
He looked like Apollo Creed against Rocky when he was doing the old rope-a-dope dancing around back there. And he's not that kind of guy we talked about before. That's not his forte. He is a straight-ahead grinder. And so when he catches the ball in the kickoff return, he needs to keep going. And fortunately for the Eagles, he did dance around a little bit, and a nice job of play calling by the Eagles special teams that time of kicking it deep.
But Brown now is going to line up as a tight end. Hart's going to line up in the shotgun. He's going to fake this one. Hart looks to throw. He's looking deep downfield. And he's going to have a man. That's going to be complete. And now there's the flag. We finally got a flag for spiking the football after the catch. And that's going to be a 15-yard penalty against the Cavaliers for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, he's hurt too, that receiver. That's their big play receiver, number 12, Kyler Coburn, and he's the one that spiked the football, also the one that got hurt that time. And a good throw by Cade Hart that time as they just sent him deep, and he beats Landon Graves on the deep throw, and Landon was really lucky he didn't get interference called on him that time, but they were able to catch the football, but then Coburn gets hurt now, and he gets a penalty to boot on the unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Cavaliers. Yeah, I tell you what, when you spike the football like that, I'm surprised that they didn't throw one earlier. But that's going to be against them, and that's going to cost them 15 yards. And Saul, was almost like one of the, boy, uncharacteristic and a little lack of discipline there, and that's going to be a big play against Calvary, or a big penalty.
Yeah, huge penalty right there against Calvary. Eagles fortunate that time that they get the personal foul penalty. And again, those big pass plays, we haven't seen anybody all year, David, that throws the football like this. And you can see where they're really hurting us bad in the passing game. Just got to bring some more pressure.
First down and 10 for Calvary. Ball at the Eagle 44-yard line. Hart is going to line up in the shotgun. Brown's going to join him in the gun. 4 receivers, part of the package. Calls for the ball and gets a good snap. He fakes a run. Now he's going to pull it down. Now we got a hold right there. And now the flag comes in. The flag comes in. And there's no way that play takes place without the hold by Brown. Brown reaches out and grabs him. That's going to be holding against Calvary, and that's going to be a huge penalty, as it's going to be a spot foul. They threw it about 2 yards in the backfield. Brown argued with the official.
It was an obvious play. John Thomas Dixon was coming through untouched, and they grabbed him by the jersey, and we couldn't believe they didn't call it. And it must have gotten stuck in his pocket because he threw it way late after they were down the field about 15 yards, which is why the Calvary fans were so upset. It came so late, but it was an obvious hold, no question about it. We called it when it happened, and again, going to be a big play for the Eagles. And now you just got to stop the big play through the air and bring some pressure on Hart and make him make a mistake. One thing I hadn't pointed out about him, probably the most impressive thing of all, is that he's only thrown 1 interception all year long, and that was last week against St. Frederick's. Only interception of the year that Cade Hart's thrown.
First down and 21 for the Cavaliers. Ball at their own 45-yard line. They keep this one on the ground with Brown, and Brown's going to find some tough sledding inside. He's falling forward, but the Eagles do a good job of hemming him up. Probably a gain of about 6 yards on the play. Actually, Donnie gives him 7, and that's what we'll do.
Yeah, good job by the Eagles of just scratching and clawing and doing what they can to hang on. And Brown's not running quite as hard right now as he was early in the ball game. And the Eagles doing a great job of tackling with multiple guys. And like we mentioned, just being good tacklers, hanging on as hard as they can and keeping him from moving and letting somebody else get in there and help him bring him down.
Second down and 14 for the Cavaliers. Ball at the Eagle 48, and the Eagles are going to jump off sides. That's going to cost us 5 yards, and it's going to bring up second down and 10. Second down and 10 for Calvary. Ball at the Eagle 43-yard line.
The referees are talking about something. It looks like I don't know what they're talking about here. Fitchew's pointing. I think Fitchew's just directed. Will Fitchew's just directing one of his players. Not sure what's going on, and what they're discussing, but may have something to do with the clock.
Yeah, it's going to be the end of the third quarter. They must have just missed it, Saul, as the third quarter is going to come to an end on that last play. So fourth quarter, Eagles trailing the Calvary Cavaliers 33 to 40. And this has been a whale of a football game.
Well, you know, I mean, how many Eagle fans would have thought that this was where it was going to be when we were down 20-0 in the first quarter? I mean, I didn't give us a prayer, David. I thought it was over. We were about to get run out of here, and I just didn't have enough faith. And I do now, though, because I'm telling you what, this team has fought and clawed their way back into this ball game, and nothing has been easy at all. Everything has been earned. No turnovers. I mean, Calvary hadn't given them anything. They just come out and taken it to Calvary and have been the more physical team in this football game.
This has been a fun team to watch. Let me tell you something. These guys fight, scratch, claw, and they do it with class. A ton of class on that football field. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 following the penalty for the Cavaliers. 4th quarter. Eagles trail 40-33. Hart lines up in the shotgun. Brown is going to split out wide as a receiver. Good snap from center. He's going to turn. Now he's going to have pressure. They set up a screen, almost picked off by the Eagles. They finally sniffed out the screen pass, and they were unable to get it to anybody. And now you're going to be looking at 3rd down and 10 at a punting distance if the Eagles can come up with a stop. Cavaliers have it 3rd and 10 at the Eagle 43-yard line.
Yeah, great job of that of sniffing out that screen that time. And again, it was pressure that was put on Hart. And Christian Gray was out there on the screen pass and almost picked it off. So here's a big third down play. This is the play you got to change the game on right here, because you've got to keep them out of the end zone and turn this back and forth scoring fest around so you can go ahead.
3rd down and 9. Hart looks to throw. He's got time, steps into this one, and it's going to be complete. Close to the 1st down, but where they spotted, it looks like they're going to give it to him. I say give it to him. It's earned, a gain of 10 yards.
Yeah, great throw and catch that time. We talked about the timing between Hart and his receivers, and that time he hits his 3rd step, and that ball's gone.
Hart's going to hurry with this one. They go with Brown. Brown tries to get inside. The Eagles do a great job of him and Brown up, as he's going to pick up a minimal gain on the play, maybe 3 to 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, after that 1st down, Calvary ran to the line of scrimmage quickly and snapped the ball before the Eagles were ready, and it was a nice gain on 1st down as Fitchie came up and hit him hard along with Michal, but it wasn't until he was down the field 5 or 6 yards.
He does pick up 5 yards on the play, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 5. Ball at the Eagle 24-yard line, or 26-yard line, I should say. Hart in the shotgun. 2 running backs join him in the gun. Takes this one. He's going to, looks to fake to run, and that's going to be incomplete. He was actually looking for number 8, Isaiah Brown. It's going to be incomplete. And it's going to bring up, let's call it 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, had a chance on it with him right there. They ran a skinny post on the outside, and Hart does a little run fake inside and draws the free safety up and then makes a throw. But fortunately for the Eagles, he threw it high, and as a result, falls incomplete instead of a touchdown. Another big 3rd down for the Eagles.
3rd down and 5. Brown in the backfield. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Hart looks to throw. He's going to pump fake. Now he puts some air into this one. He's got a receiver with nobody within 10 yards of him. He's going to go in for the touchdown.
No, he stepped out of bounds, David.
Had a busted coverage on that one, as that was going to be complete for a big gain. That's going to put the Cavaliers, looks like they'll put it inside the 10-yard line, or maybe right, well, it is going to be inside the 10, about the 5, maybe 6-yard line.
Yeah, there's nobody in the flat, David. Not sure where the flat defender was, but and Hart was actually trying to go down the field, and so it took a long time to develop, but finally he came back to the flat where there was nobody covered his man out there, and he delivers it to him, and Eagles fortunate that didn't turn into a touchdown.
1st and goal at the 7. Hart in the shotgun. Brown joins him in the gun. Hart calls for the ball, pulls it down. Now he throws a bullet inside, and they're going to rule him down at the 1-yard line. Pass is caught, but it's going to be it's going to be 2nd and goal at the 1.
Yeah, just ran a slant route right there, and the Eagles with too soft a coverage on the outside. And you're on the goal line that time. You got to get up on tight, get tight on him. And it was a perfect throw, though hard to defend that time. As Eagles able to bring him down at the 1-yard line.
Plenty of time to throw that football that time. Able to set his feet and dial it in and put plenty of velocity on it. As it's going to be complete. 2nd and goal at the 1. They're going to hand this one to Brown. And Brown falls into the end zone.
Number 8, Isaiah Brown,
Cavaliers are going to increase their lead 46-33.
Yeah, tough to stop that big guy that close to the goal line. His Eagles did a good job of getting a little penetration and hitting him, but he was just didn't have to go very far, and he can almost just fall into the end zone with that body of his, and able to score the touchdown for Calvary to put them back up in front now, 2 scores, but still a lot of time left to play in this ball game.
The extra point attempt is up, and it's good. The Cavalier kicker does a great job of getting the ball up in a hurry. Good snap, good hold, and a good kick. So now the Cavaliers lead by 14, 47-33.
Still in the game, David. You just got to bring it down and score. You just got to have to find some way to turn these possessions around and get the ball back. And maybe that'll be with an onside kick. Maybe we'll get one of these here soon. We just got to keep scoring, though, David. And again, so far tonight in the second half, Calvary's been unable to stop the Eagle offense.
Well, the Eagles are going to get this kick. The sky kick's been kind to him. Boy, I tell you, too, Saul, it just seems like you just really never know exactly when Will Fitzhugh's going to break that first line of kickoff coverage and maybe take one of these to the house.
I was just about to say the same thing, David. I thought he almost broke one a couple of kicks back, and so, you just never know. And he's a dangerous return man, and Calvary has been willing to kick the ball to him. And maybe one of these days, maybe it'll be this one, that Fitzhugh's able to break it and take it back for a touchdown.
They tee it up at the 40-yard line. Will is deep. He's going to stand at his 10.
Looks like he thinks they're going to do something different. And I tell you what is different now. This is a team that sky kicked all year long. So now they're going to try something different. And so be interested to see if they're able to cover the kick as well as they typically do with the sky kick.
Could be a low squib, and that's exactly what it's going to be. A squib kick. It's going to take a bounce, fielded by Eckstein. Eckstein's going to make one man miss. Eckstein's across the 40. He's across the 50, the 40, the 45 before he's run out of a 35 before he's run out of bounds. So you called it when you said they don't usually do it, and it looked like they don't usually do it. Eckstein gashes them. The Eagles are going to come up with first and 10 at the Cavalier 35-yard line. Eckstein with a return of 40 yards.
And the only reason why he hadn't been talking about Eckstein because they hadn't been kicking it to him, but he comes in the ball game averaging 30 yards a kick return as well, just like Will Fitzhugh, and you saw it right there. He does it a little bit different than Fitzhugh, but able to make some guys miss and get up the field for a huge kickoff return to start this drive.
Herring is going to line up in the shotgun. Graves comes onto the field late. Fitzhugh joins him in the gun. Good snap from center. He's going to pull this one down and run. He's got some running room. He's across the 30, across the 20, still moving his feet inside the 20-yard line, down to the Cavalier 15.
You got a Cavalier, a Calvary Cavalier down on the sideline. That's one of their cornerbacks, or safeties that got hurt on the sideline. And again, they just have no answer for the Eagles. And Hunter Herring that time.
There's some guys sitting on the field right now.
With some great, well, I think they may be sitting because the players hurt that time, but maybe taking advantage of a rest as well. But that time, the offensive line opens up a huge hole for Hunter. And what he did was he was very patient on that carry, just waiting for a hole to open up, and he's able to get through the line of scrimmage and pick up a big play on first down to bring up another first down inside the 20-yard line.
It's going to be first down and 10 for the Eagles. They spot this football at the Cavalier 16-yard line.
I'm not sure why they're not marking this ball ready for play. And Calvary may be taking advantage of it now. They just now getting up. Their player was long off the field, and they were still all taking a knee. So you may have been right. They may have just been trying to get a little rest in.
9 minutes and 55 seconds left to play in the football game. The Eagles trail by 14 points, 47-33. Herring in the shotgun. 2 running backs with him in the gun. Fitzhugh and Dugan. They keep this one on the ground with Will. It's a really good defensive play that time by the Cavaliers, Saul. As Will gets met in the hole, and it's going to be a gain of 1 yard.
Yeah, good job that time by Calvary, as you mentioned, getting some penetration. It looked like there was a little bit of confusion on the Eagles that time, as maybe not quite in sync about what they wanted to do on that offensive play. And Calvary comes up with a rare short yardage stop on which Will Fitzhugh in this second half.
Second down and 9. Herring calls for the ball. Fakes it to Fitzhugh. He's going to keep it himself. Hunter with excellent effort as he's going to get across the 10-yard line down to the 9, but he's going to be short of the first down, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 as they spot this football at the Cavalier 11-yard line or 9-yard line.
Yeah, this is 4-down territory, David, so I like that play inside with Hunter Herring. You get an extra block with Will Fitzhugh there, and now it looks like he's going to go unbalanced line to the right side of the formation, something that's worked well for him so far tonight. Calvary a little bit confused on how to line up.
Herring in the shotgun. Fitzhugh, Dugan in the gun. Good snap, fakes it to Will. Herring's got real estate, 10, 5, touchdown, Ouachita Christian. Number 11, Hunter Herring takes it in from 9 yards out, and Saul, he was completely untouched.
And the reason why is because we went unbalanced to the right, and I told you Calvary was confused, and they started shifting more and more people to the side of the unbalanced where we put the extra tight end, and Hunter Herring just runs it back to the other place, and there was just not enough defenders for Calvary to stop it. And again, I'm telling you, David, no need to get fancy on this two-point conversion. Run the football like you've been doing. I just don't think Calvary can stop you.
Herring in the shotgun. Fitzhugh joins him in the gun. Going to fake this one to Will, keep it on the ground himself. The two-point touch is good. Herring takes it in and saw nothing fancy about that one, as the Eagles are going to cut this lead to 6 points.
Like I said, David, they cannot stop the run right now, and they can't stop. They're not accounting for the quarterback, and the Eagles doing a great job up front blocking. And I mean, I can't say enough good things about how well this offensive unit has done in the second half. And now you just got to somehow get a stop here, David. You got to get a onside kick. You got to get a turnover. You got to stop them on downs and get the football back. And now you're only down by 6. A touchdown and a two-point conversion wins the football game for you, or at least puts you ahead. And so a lot of things we're talking about now, a lot of possibilities that I didn't think were possible in the first half, and now all of a sudden you ground this thing and got yourself in a ball game, and you have physically beaten your opponent so far in the second half. And I'm liking what I see, if you can't tell.
Oh, I tell you what is great. These guys are fantastic to watch. I mean, they compete like crazy. Well, Christopher Holyfield, now he is going to move it over, Saul. He's going to set this one up on the far hash. And this is more in line with what he does with an onside, but now it appears he's going to kick this one deep. Something the Eagles have not been doing of late. Good job with the coverage last time as Holyfield gets into this one, and he is going to kick this one, and Brown's going to field it at the 5-yard line. And he is going to break contain. Now he's still rumbling, but he's going to be finally stacked up and dropped at the 30-yard line. Great job by the Eagle kickoff coverage that time. You hate to give up that much, but they bottle him up and drop him.
And it was such a good kick, David. The reason why it was a good kick is it drove him back in the corner, and he loses his momentum, so he can't catch it going forward. Now, he got a little momentum, but never was quite able to get a full head of steam, and the Eagles able to corral him inside the 30. So I put that down as a victory for the special teams.
It's going to be first down and 10 for Calvary as they spot this at the Cavalier 29. Eight minutes and 21 seconds left to play in the football game. Eagles trail Calvary by 6, 47-41. Hart's going to bring the Cavaliers to the line. Going to turn, hands this one to number 6, and the Eagles are going to hem him up and do a great job that time, Saul. As that 6 is Joseph Wilson, and Wilson's going to pick up 2 yards and no more.
Yeah, just a great job by the Eagles of getting some penetration that time. And again, they're doing a great job against the run. One of our keys, they had to stop the run, but we just not been able to be very good against the pass so far tonight. But here's your opportunities. I have a feeling Calvary's going to throw this football. And I think we got to put some pressure on Hart, force him into a bad throw.
Second down and 8 for the Cavaliers. Ball at their own 30-yard line. 2 running backs join Hart in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Hart is going to take this one. Looks like he's going to run. He's going to be sacked. His helmet comes off. His helmet's going to, he's going to have to come out of the game. A loss of 6 yards on the play. And I don't think he saw that one coming. Saw the pressure came from the backside and the front side of the Eagles hit him up for a loss of 6 yards.
Maybe the biggest play in the ball game, David, because now you got him in a long yardage passing situation, and their quarterback is out of the game. And so this works. It couldn't be any more perfect for the Eagles to come up with a stop right here. Maybe you can get your turnover right here as well.
3rd down and 14. We got a stoppage of play, and I don't have any idea why. Now they're going to wind the clock, so we're not going to have a stoppage.
And I don't think even with a timeout, I don't believe he can come back in the ball game, David. So Calvary's got to get a play in, and now they've got a new quarterback in the ball game, and the Eagles are smelling blood.
7 seconds left on the play clock. A lot of confusion right now. And they call for the ball. Look to set up maybe a screen. Now the quarterback's going to get sacked. The Eagles are going to drop him. Loss of 4 yards on the play. They're going to have to punt the football, so we're going to get that turnover. And I tell you what, it could not have, a lot of confusion and a young quarterback in the game. It couldn't have gone better for the Eagles.
And he was scared to throw the football, David, right there. I mean, I'm not saying that he's scared. He's uncertain. He's not been playing at all, and he comes into a huge situation, doesn't want to make a mistake that time, and he holds on to the football, whereas Cade Hart probably would have let that thing go and let his receivers make a play. But fortunately for the Eagles, he holds on to it. We come up with a big sack, and now you got a chance. Now you flipped it, David. Now you got your chance to take the lead on offense.
4th down. The Cavaliers are going to punt this from the 5-yard line. Will Fitzhugh stands at the 50. This is going to come it's going to be a soccer-style kick, and unfortunately, Will's going to let this one roll, and it did not take a good bounce for the Eagles. This goes inside the 20-yard line. But the Eagles will have a chance, but consider the field position flip. Punt covers 60 yards.
I would say so. And Will, I don't know if he had a chance to come over and make that kick. That's a tough play to field right there when that ball's running like that. And not sure you want to take that kind of chance of giving them the ball. But, again, our offense has been so good, David. And now you got a long possession. And with 5 minutes and 48 seconds left, let's just run this football down there and score with no time left.
5 minutes and 48 seconds left to play in the game. The Eagles trail by 6. Herring's going to line up at the 20-yard line. Calvary crowd comes to life. 2 running backs in the backfield with Herring. He's going to take the snap, gives this one to Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh with a little running room, but it's tough inside as the Cavaliers stack him up, a gain of 2 yards on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down and 8. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the football game. The Eagles trail by 6, 47 to 41. 2nd down and 8. Herring in the shotgun. 2 running backs with him. Herring fakes this one. Now he's going to keep it himself. He's going to get upfield. Tough running inside for Hunter Herring. He's going to be stopped by a gain of 5. So you're going to be looking now at 3rd down and 3. Well, actually, they're going to give him. They're only going to give him 4, so it's going to be 3rd down and 4. Big 3rd down play here for the Eagles. Hunter Herring lines up in the shotgun with 2 running backs beside him. Fitzhugh and looks like Bub Mathern. Pulls this one down quick, throws it out in the flat, and Wiley's going to be short of the 1st down.
Tell you what, David, I go for this right here. I don't think I would hesitate to punt to go for it on 4th down.
And that's exactly what the Eagles look like they're going to do. 4th down and less than a yard. Boy, I hate to see the shotgun here, Saul, but it is what we do. And they're going to snap this ball about 3 yards backwards to gain a half a yard. 4th down and half a yard. Herring in the shotgun. 2 running backs join him in the gun. Herring's going to fake this one, keep it himself, and he's going to have a 1st down and a little bit more as he keeps running past the 35, down almost to the 40-yard line. As Hunter Herring with a huge 3rd down pickup, or 4th down pickup, a gain of 10 yards on the play. That was your ball game, Saul, if he didn't get it. Clock is going to stop for a moment, and then we're going to go to 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's the same play they've been running all night, David, where they unbalanced to one side. They fake to Fitzhugh to the side of the unbalanced line, and then Herring keeps it himself on the other side, and they've been shifting so much, they're just not able to do much. And that time, they actually stopped Herring right at the 1st down marker, but he just powered through it for the 1st down and more.
First down and 10 for the Eagles. Herring in the shotgun. Turns, hands this one to Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh with some running room. Tough slashing run as he cuts it back, and he's going to pick up 5 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Eagles.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need right there, David. Just keep grinding it out right there. Keep milking this clock and just take this thing down and score and win this football game.
3 minutes, 15 seconds. Clock running. Eagles with the ball. 2nd down and 5. Herring in the shotgun. Fakes this one to Fitzhugh. Going to keep it himself. Still running. Still moving the ball. First down, Eagles. 2nd and 3rd effort. A gain of 6 yards on the play. And that's going to be more than enough for a community pharmacy first down.
They can't stop him, David. He's so big. And every time they tackle him, he just keeps moving those feet and spinning and churning, and he's able to pick up the first down. And that
Calvary defensive line has got their hand on their hips right now. 2 minutes and 55 seconds left to play in the ball game. 1st and 10 Eagles. Ball at midfield. Herring pulls this one down. Fake. He's got a man wide open. That's Eckstein's got it! Eckstein! 10, 5, touchdown! Ouachita Christian! No penalty markers. Tie ball game.
And David, they ran the tunnel screen, or the slant that they were going to run to Tristan Wiley. They ran it before on the 2nd down play, and that time Eckstein, instead of blocking on the outside, he fakes like he's going to block and turns upfield. And Hunter Herring pump fakes it to the inside and throws it up the sideline. A perfect throw to Eli Eckstein, who hauls it in for the touchdown.
Well, the Eagles have scratched and clawed their way back to a tie football game. We're giving the Cavaliers a lot of time with 3 timeouts, but the Eagles right now have got to get this 2-point conversion, Saul. They got to go and break this tie. Herring in the shotgun. An offset eye backfield beside him in the gun. Sends a man in motion. Going to fake this one. Goes with Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh is going to get down, and he's in for the score! Eagles lead! Eagles lead!
And I tell you what, Will Fitzhugh, he got hit before he was in the end zone about the 2-yard line. But again, it's just sheer will and determination that have brought the Eagles back in this ball game. And Calvary's got no answer for him on defense. Now, the only problem that you alluded to a while ago is there's 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in this ball game, and there's a pretty good quarterback wearing green and gold on the Calvary sideline. And but I tell you what, the Eagles have done something that I didn't think was even possible after what I saw in this first quarter, and that's come back in this ball game, and there's complete shock.
Do you know how long I wanted to say Eagles lead in this football game? You got to be kidding me. These guys are great to watch. 49-47, Ouachita Christian. Let's go down to the sideline and catch up with Coach Sonny Vadrine. Coach?
Oh, I'm breathless. We still got 2 minutes and 42 seconds. We're a long way from through. We got to play some good defense.
Coach.
They got a quarterback that can throw it. We got to keep pressure on him, do what we got to do, make good tackles, and not have a big return right here. If we don't get a big return here, give them a long field, we got. I like our chances. We just got to keep doing what we're doing, guys. It's exciting, I can tell you that.
Coach Sonny Vadrine with the Marion State Bank sideline report. Holyfield tees this one up at the 40-yard line.
We got 11.
2 minutes and 42 seconds left to play in the ball game. Eagles lead 49-47. Holyfield tees it up at the 40, gets his leg into it, and he is going to kick this one deep, and that one, unfortunately, Saul, is going to travel way out of bounds. So we're going to spot the Cavaliers with good field position. Unless they want to make us kick it again, they would take it at the 35. Yeah, and it looks like that's what they've elected to do, or they're going to back us up and kick it again.
The Eagles actually tried to trick Calvary that time, as Coach Fitzhugh was running along the sideline, telling Christopher Holyfield to kick it short, trying to get the Calvary return man to come up, and Holyfield was trying to kick that over his head, and he just didn't kick it straight and kicked it out of bounds.
Well, we kicked it right at Brown. And they'll tee it up again. And if we kick this one straight, it's going to go straight to Brown. Teed up at the 35 following the penalty. Calvary's deep men stand at the 15. And Holyfield is going to kick this one directly to Brown. He's going to field it at the 20. He's across the 20. Now he's across the 25, and he fumbled the ball! He fumbled the ball! Eagles are all over it. No indication, but it looks like the Eagles have it. First down, Eagles! First down! Eagles, first down. Eagles with a football. A couple of Calvary defenders players shaking up on the play.
David, I couldn't tell who knocked it out of him, but he was kind of fumbling when he caught it, but was able to gain possession. But somebody hit him at about the 34-yard line and knocked that ball loose, and then there was a mad scramble for it, and the Eagles able to come up with it and have completely changed this ball game.
Well, let's go down to the sideline and catch up with Coach Sonny Vadrine. Coach, what's going on down there?
Oh, my goodness gracious. What can I tell you? You talk about Sonny. Me and number 8 was having a conversation right before that kickoff, and I said, go for it, big boy, and he put it on the ground. I said, that was great. Woo! It's like, so I'm getting excited, guys. I got to go back to the game.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Coach Sonny Vadrine with the Marion State Bank sideline report.
And Calvary only with one timeout, David. If the scoreboard's right, they had to burn a couple earlier so the Eagles can try to milk this clock and run this thing out.
Eagles keep it on the ground. That's going to be Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh moving his legs, moving the pile. A big gain, or nice gain that time, I should say, of 4 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6. Clock continues to run, 2:20 and counting. They're going to take all the time they can off of that clock. And Saul, boy, there's a lot of precious seconds. The way the Eagles run offense, they get their play called and have plenty of time to let this clock run.
Yeah, and again, the way the Eagles have been running the football, David, you pick up a first down right here, and I think this game may be over.
Herring's going to let the play clock wind down. 13 seconds left on the clock. Herring lines up in the shotgun. Bub Mathern and Will Fitzhugh join him in the shotgun. They send a man in motion. He's going to fake that one, keeps it himself, and just mauls himself into the pile. Gain of 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5.
Of course, this is 4-down territory here. We're not going to do anything but go for it. He probably snapped it a little bit too early that time. There was about 5 seconds left on the clock, and every second counts right here. He doesn't need to do that. He needs to let that thing get down to 1.
The Eagles again hurrying to the line of scrimmage. I mean, there's no need in hurrying to the line.
They're not going to snap it until, of course, they don't huddle, so they're not going to snap it until it's inside of 10. And maybe Calvary doesn't have a timeout left, David. I'm not sure why he hadn't taken it yet.
3rd down and 5. Herring at the line, fakes this one. Now he keeps it himself, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
He snapped it with 10 seconds left on the clock.
10 seconds to play before and 10 seconds with that one. A total of 20 seconds. Not off the clock. A minute and 11 seconds left to play in the football game, and the Cavaliers burn their final timeout.
Well, here it is, David, 4th and 4. You make the first down right here, the game is over. That's it, the ball game. And, you know, the Eagles, it's all open to you right now, too, because you can throw the football here. You don't have to worry about an incomplete pass because if you don't make it, the clock's going to stop anyway. So a lot of opportunities are for the Eagles right now to try to pick this first down up.
Fourth down and 5 for the Eagles. Big play here in the game. Saul, I don't know if we got a steady in the saddle in us, but I tell you what, if I had one, I'd be calling it right here.
Yeah, you just want to make sure you don't jump off sides if you're the Eagles. You don't want to put yourself in a 4th and 9 situation right here.
4th down and 5. Here's your ball game, folks. Cavaliers are out of timeouts. We pick up the first down here. Probably going to win this football game. Herring in the shotgun, 2 running backs with him. Now Herring's going to walk it off, look to the sideline, and now he'll line up back in the gun. And the Cavaliers are going to jump. They jumped off sides. And that is going to give the Eagles a first down.
That's the ball game, David. That's it.
That should be the ball game.
That's the ball game. That's a first down.
A steady in the saddle is going to do it, and now the officials are deciding to convene.
Not sure what they're talking about, David, but, I mean, they threw the flag for offsides.
It clearly was offsides.
Can't imagine what they can even be talking about. That's it.
Encroachment
the ball game.
Against the Cavaliers. They're going to pace this one off, and that is going to bring an end to this football game as I think the Eagles are going to line up in a victory formation.
Yeah, it's not over yet. I mean, but technically it's over because all you got to do is take a couple of knees, and that's it. Well, Eagles going to call a timeout here.
Well, that's one thing, Saul. Again, this is the one thing that bothers me about this Eagle offense. You and I talked about it before. We do not run under the center very often. So
but it's okay, David. It's okay to run a shotgun as long as you got somebody back behind him to make sure if it's a bad snap that you catch it. And honestly, in a team that doesn't go under center, it's probably better to stay in the shotgun because you're not used to taking a snap.
Oh, I agree 100%, but I'm telling you. The victory formation just seems so easy under center.
That's right. So you just put somebody back behind him to make sure to guard against a bad snap so that you can follow it. And really a bad snap is not a bad thing if you cover it up because that's all you need to do is follow on it and follow on it and you get the clock keeps rolling and you can run this thing out of here. So just an unbelievable game to this point. And it's not over, but man, you just got to execute right here and it's done.
First down and 10 for the Eagles. And they are going to go under center. Herring's going to go under center in a victory formation. Gets a good snap, he'll take a knee. Clock's going to continue to run.
I got a little piece of news here. Final score, Metairie Park Country Day defeats Vermilion Catholic 21-19.
Oh, my goodness.
Do you know what that means, David?
That means we could have a game at the school next week.
Absolutely. We got
about 54 seconds left to do this. Clock's going to wind down. They've got 24 left on the play clock.
It's going to go under 40 here now. It would be under 30 by the time we snap it here. And that's it.
And it's going to get a little chippy out there as this game clock winds down.
That's
30
the ball
seconds.
game, David.
And that is going to bring it into this football game. The Washington Christian Eagles are going to come to Shreveport, and they're going to defeat the Calvary Cavaliers. 10 seconds, 9 seconds, and that is the last play of the football game. Saul, I never saw this happening.
Tell you what,
never.
I've watched a lot of football. And thank you. A lot of football for many years, played it and seen it at all levels, and I'm telling you what, this is one of the greatest football games I've ever seen just because of what this team faced coming into the ball game and then what they faced after the first quarter down 20-0. I don't think anybody gave them a chance, including me, yours truly, and probably you too. And just another one thing, I got to tell you what, when I went in that locker room at halftime to look at a player and I listened to Coach Fitzhugh talk about the big plays that they'd given up, and he challenged his team. He said, look, if you don't think you can win this football game, then you stay in the locker room. I don't want you out on the field. He said, because we're going to come back in the second half, we're going to win the football game.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's exactly what they did. So this team has been so much fun to watch. I can't even tell you. I mean, there is no reason. I mean, they're just scrappy, and they do not quit, and they just play their guts out. And I'm guarantee you, we saw it against Oak Grove, and we saw it tonight against the Calvary Cavaliers. This Washita Christian football team has no quit in it, none at all. And that's probably, I'll tell you, I've been doing this a while like you have. We've been broadcasting these games, and the only game I can maybe even consider being like this was down at South Plaquemine. But I tell you what, the Eagles on the road come over here to Shreveport, and they get a big win tonight.
Yeah, this is a win for the ages right here, David. I mean, it's good a football game as I think I've ever been a part of, as I said a while ago. And you got to tip your hat to Hunter Herring. You know, I was very critical of him in the first quarter, and I just think he was a little bit uneasy in the first quarter. Made some mistakes that he wasn't used to making, but you got to give him a ton of credit. Coach Drew Vadrine, I'm sure, did a great job of settling him down and talking with him and getting him back to where he could play the way he'd been playing coming to this ball game, and he played just a perfect ball game for 3 quarters after that. And I mean, I just can't say enough good things about what he and this Eagle team did tonight. And I was just kind of thinking about the keys in this ball game and what we had to do, and that was stop Isaiah Brown. I think we did a pretty good job of doing that tonight. We had to run the football, and I'm telling you what, we ran it down their throat in the second half, and we had to win the turnover battle. We didn't win the turnover battle, but we tied it 1-1, and we got the biggest turnover of the ball game right there at the end to win this football game.
Well, I'll tell you what, this has been an amazing game. We're going to take a quick break from here at Calvary and invite you to come back and join us for the stats of the final stats of tonight's contest, as Saul will have those when we come back. The Washita Christian Eagles upset the Calvary Cavaliers, and I'm saying it was an upset. I mean, there's not a lot of people that gave the Eagles a chance tonight. The Eagles come up with the upset over Calvary, 49-47. We'll take a quick break, come back with the final stats of tonight's contest. You're listening to Ouachita Christian Eagle Football on 92.3.